step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
It's a very good morning. Welcome to it. My name is Graham Richardson. You are live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. We know, yes, the year is flying past us, but we're going to put on the brakes this morning and try and savor every second with you that we have, and we're going to have a lot of fun over the 3 hours that we've got you in our clutches today. It's going to be one of those awesome shows. I know this because Uncle Tubbsy is here, not on a beach today. In a suit. I know. It was quite funny watching you. Kind of every time we crossed you, you had a different item of clothing. I was just waiting for you to just be in your pants and your socks.
I must tell you, I was tempted lots of times to do that, but I thought, let's just keep it neat and keep it nice for a Monday. It's so good to see you.
You too, my friend. So we had a fantastic start to the week, so thank you so much for you guys for weighing in. A bit of a mixed bag, and we're going to do the same today. We know it's a good day when Mr. Mark Lottering is going to be stepping in. He's one of the funniest and sweetest human beings on the planet. Auntie Merle is about to become a granny. Can you believe it? Hits stage production. Auntie Merle, the character that I think most Cape Townians and South Africans absolutely love.
And can relate
to. Back, and can relate to, undoubtedly. She is back. Do you call it a musical? Do you call it a play? We don't know, but we'll ask him those questions. And in fact, we will ask him your questions this morning. So if you've ever had a question, something you want to know about the incredible comedic giant that is Mark Lottering, post those questions on our social media platform and we'll get through them.
Yeah, it's going to be such a fantastic one. It's such a mashup. I mean, I remember going to see the first one last year, and the audience at the theatre Artscape was just absolutely blown away. And here we are doing it again. And Mark Lottering has got this incredible ability to take one character and build on that each time, bringing layers of it that are so refreshing. So that's going to be fun this year.
Hello, Auntie Mel.
So yes, she does become a grandmother in the sequel from his show, Auntie Mel. And if you have any questions, we do want to hear. He is, of course, a comedic genius, a theatre legend as far as comedy is concerned here in South Africa.
And a good friend of the show.
And a friend of the show, a family member of the show. He's our cousin, man. He's our cousin. So get those questions through with the hashtag Expresso Show. But our ladies are looking styling out there. Ladies, what's happening?
Hi. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Auntie Jamie here and Miss Kutley Adams in studio. And of course, we are very excited for the fact that, you know, Mark Lottering is going to be in studio later
today. I mean, what question do you have for him?
Listen, I want to ask him so much because actually he grew up in a place like right next to mine. He grew up in Retreats. I want to be like, listen, can we just go for a Gatsby? Just like everything.
Let's be friends.
Absolutely. But you know what? I know that he's going to be bringing the heat today in studio. But we want to check up where the other parts of the cities or big cities is going to also have some heat. So we'll start off in Johannesburg, in the city of gold, where sunny conditions can be expected with a light northwesterly wind for the entire day. Now put those raincoats and umbrellas away because the sun is finally out. Sun's out, guns out, and stay hydrated.
Today in Durban, it's a partly sunny day. Conditions can be expected with pleasant temperatures that range between 20 to 26 degrees. Little to no wind is expected with a warm sunset. Enjoy a break from the rain and put those dresses on.
Yes, it's dresses season indeed. Now in Port Elizabeth, the very friendly city today, can expect plenty of sunshine with clear skies and pleasantly warm temperatures. A southwesterly wind passes throughout the day and dies down in the evening, so don't forget about your sunblock and those hats.
And today in the mother city, warm temperatures are expected with clear skies and sunny conditions. Why not wear those loose-fitting clothing and save those layers for another day? A light breeze throughout the day will help with the heat. It also seems like temperatures are on the rise as we head deep into summer. Time to get that tan on now that you know what the weather is going to be like. Chomi,
Chomi,
you know what you're wearing.
Listen, I
you're
feel
all
like
flowy.
you're glow is still so real. Like, I feel like Mauritius and Kenya did the things.
They literally did the things, and I'm not gonna lie, Sir John's highlight palette, they did the things. Because as you can see, that my cheekbones are on fleek this morning.
The contour for the gons.
Contour for the
face for the yasness. Like Tabitha would say. Like, I toned it down a bit with the makeup today, but I do have this amazing Huwitz tinted gloss. So it's just a bit of a pop on it, and I feel like it just...
I love the nude because I think it could complement both of our skin tones.
Absolutely.
As we are different, and it's very difficult to find a gloss that will actually match everyone's skin tone. You know what I mean?
Definitely. But then today, like, can we just talk about the outfit today? You have a classic collection of Huwitz on. Stand up, mama. Give them the people what they want.
I look like I'm about to go have lunch in Camps Bay.
Yes.
And I'm waiting for you, and I'm calling you from my Samsung A30, and I'm like, Jamie, where are you, darling? Come, let's have lunch. But you, on the other hand, you look like you're about to join me.
Listen, friend, I feel like I can start dancing, actually. I actually really like this, and this is actually a piece from the Edition collection as well. And I really like it. It's flowy, it's sexy, the material is so light, perfect for summer again.
Yeah.
And then it's just matchy.
It's like, also very perfect for Cape Town weather today.
Yes, because, you know, Cape Town, don't play with the weather. Cape Town don't play with the weather, but of course you can shop this look online, in store, or on the Huwitz app. And let's start this day off right with some words of wisdom.
All right, thank you so much, gorgeous ladies. Really are looking amazing today. Now let's talk about your daily routine. I think a lot of us get stuck in a rut and we think it's very difficult to change things up, but I want you to think of it this way. It's only maybe 1% of your entire day. We want you to change it up and focus on something that I know I drive this home a lot, but it's so important. Today, I'm saying be active. Take just 5 minutes to meditate. This will help you focus on things that are important to you. We talk about mindfulness all the time. I'm someone who's got, I think, probably a 5-second attention span, so I find meditation really difficult, but the benefits of it are so far-reaching. Do it today. Institute that as part of your daily routine, whether it's at the start of the day, whether it's during your lunch break, maybe it's when you get home from school. Just take a moment to breathe and consider where you are in the world. Feel your body, feel the rhythm of your breathing. Just take a moment to meditate. It is amazing how much that can do for you, just to bring you into the presence, bring you into the moment, and help you feel empowered in that space. Such an important step, so you can do that right now, in fact, but have one ear, one eye trained on the news, because that's what's coming up next.
Thank you very much, G-Man. We'll take that first look at your news headlines. President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday launched the 16 days of activism for no violence against women and children at Lephalale in Limpopo. This a few hours prior to that, a Capricorn Tivet College student was brutally stabbed to death in her room in Mukomene, some 300 kilometers from where he spoke. Eskom has warned that it will begin regular scheduled interruptions to 3 municipalities in the Free State, including the Mangaung Metropolitan Municipality, where Bloemfontein is, unless it gets paid for the provision of electricity. In international headlines, protesters in the Democratic Republic of Congo have stormed a United Nations peacekeepers camp and burnt down a town hall which housed a mayor's office. They're angry about what they see as the failure of authorities to deal with an armed Islamist group which has killed dozens of people in the region. Uber will not be granted a new license to operate in London after repeated safety failures, Transport for London said yesterday. The regulator said it had identified a pattern in failures in London that placed passengers' safety at risk. And that's where we leave it for now. Here's Graham with a first look at your sports.
Thank you so much, Tubbsy. Just touching on some of the headlines that have grabbed our attention in rugby. Former Springbok and a veteran prop, Yanni du Plessis, will be making his return to Super Rugby. That's when he joins the Lions for next year's competition. And of course, coming from Montpellier. Then in football, Banyana and coach Desiree Ellis have been nominated for top awards. The Confederation of African Football has released the list of nominees for the 28th edition of its annual football awards. South Africa's Banyana have been nominated for the CAF Women's Team of the Year and and their coach, Desiree, has been nominated for the Women's Coach of the Year award. So congratulations all round. And staying with the beautiful game, it has now been confirmed that Manchester City star forward Sergio Aguero will be out for a few weeks now after suffering that thigh injury in his team's 2-1 win over Chelsea at the Etihad on Saturday. We'll delve a little deeper into those headlines as we progress.
Don't ruin the moment. Prevent allergies or cold and flu with fast-acting powder nasal spray from the Nexa range. Nexa, brought to you by Pharmacodynamics.
It's time to have a closer look at your weather this morning. We've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Our regular photographer, Dokoza Makatini, sent us this blue skyline from Johannesburg, where mainly sunny conditions are expected with a light northwesterly wind and increasing cloud cover towards the evening, reaching a maximum of 30 degrees. Another regular, Gary Ugamp, sent us this incredible sunrise picture from East London, where plenty of sunshine can be expected with pleasant temperatures reaching a maximum of 25 degrees. Thunderstorms can be expected for Polokwane with a low of 17 and max of 28 degrees. Occasional rain for Bombela at 19 with max of 26. And in Pretoria, it's a partly sunny, cloudy day with a low of 18 and a maximum of 32. Northwesterly wind can be expected in the city of Gold's Johannesburg with a low of 15 and 30 degrees. Mahikeng 20, 35. Klerksdorp 18, 35 degrees, and plenty of sunshine for Kimberley with a low of 17 degrees and a maximum of 36. And in Bloemfontein, temperatures ranging from 13 degrees to 35 degrees. And Richards Bay is a sunny day with a low of 18 and 29 degrees. Humidity for Pietermaritzburg at 16 to 27 degrees. And for Durban with a low of 20 degrees to 27 degrees. Mthatha, temperatures ranging from 12 degrees to 31 degrees, and clear skies for East London at 16 and 21 degrees. Cradock, a low of 10 degrees and a maximum of 36 degrees, and southwesterly winds can be expected with low of 14 and 25 degrees. And in George, expect temperatures from 13 to 25 degrees. Lowest temperature in the country at Sutherland with a low of 10 degrees and 31. And Cape Town, the mother city, 15, 25. Worcester at 14 and 36. And Springbok, 19, 38. And the highest temperature in the country, Uppington, at 19 and 39 degrees. Wherever you are, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves an absolutely amazing day.
Oh, we're going to make it a smashing one here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're stepping into this brand new day. It is a Tuesday, and as you know, our regular parenting discussion, Princess, which has become one of my favorite features because, you know, I've got a niece, right? And next year she starts grade 1, and I'm sort of assuming the very active uncle role. So I'm learning a lot from you parents about how you manage your relationships with your children. How do you set boundaries with your son when it comes, you know, to how you interact with him?
Okay, I communicate with him, and then I set the rules, and then if he forgets, and then I remind him, but he's a good boy, so he don't like do such a things that wrong.
Out of order. I mean, I suppose you draw the line in the sand. He knows not to go over the line because you're always there to remind him. And I know how you remind him. Well, that's our conversation this morning with our family therapist. It's Kim Abrahams. She's going to be here talking about setting those boundaries for your children. What have you made for me this morning, Princess?
Cappuccino.
Ah, my love. See you after this. Thank you.
Only the highest grade Arabica beans. McAfee, great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is indeed a Tuesday morning, and we are talking all things. Why are you laughing? I don't know. It's just that feel-good kind of energy that we have today. I don't know.
Man.
I need to set boundaries right here, because today we are speaking boundaries. Now, we all have lines in the sand and boundaries that will not be crossed. And this morning, family therapist and registered social worker is here in studio to help us a bit more and join in this conversation. Here she is Kim Abrams. Hello, Mama. I'm sorry about that. It's Graham. You see, he doesn't set boundaries.
I know. Boundaries are important, man. You've got to draw a line in the sand. You know, I can laugh because I'm very much going through this phase with my boy now, trying to kind of establish boundaries.
Yeah.
Got his first report card from creche, and kind of now have a sense of what's working, what's not, and he is at that phase. But it's a difficult line to walk. Why is it so important to have boundaries, and especially at the younger age where there is a tendency to cross lines?
Yeah, so the first and foremost, when the younger they are, and especially when they're teenagers, they will cross the boundaries. It's kind of just part of their developmental phase. But boundaries are important because, you know, kids need to know what the limits are in order to be safe. So it's not just about discipline. Boundaries is a lot more in depth than that. It's about helping your child to understand what they need to keep themselves safe and what they also need to do to respect others around them. And that also involves developing some empathy for other people. So when kids don't know what's expected of them, they feel really insecure and unsafe. As much as they complain about bedtime and having to eat something at a certain time, they actually need a predictable routine to thrive.
It's not about us, it's actually about them.
Absolutely.
It's so funny because last week we were speaking to Meg about discipline. So I feel like this is kind of hand in hand with that. One thing I struggle with is being that strict person, because obviously I'm a single mom. So I want to be like, not your friend, but kind of be like, oh, I'm the cool person, but I also don't want to be like, listen, don't do this. But what are some of the challenges that we do face when implementing these boundaries?
So I think part of it is just going on what you said, a bit of guilt, you know, when you're trying to, you feel like you're being too harsh on your child. But you must remember that boundaries is something you do out of love for your child. This is not just about discipline and being harsh with punitive threats or bribing your child to get to do something. So some of the challenges that can come out is often when a parent wants to be a child's friend over being their parent, and so then the boundaries get really blurred, and parents often are also changing the goalpost. So by that I mean, let's say swearing is a no-go in your household, and you know your child gets punished for it, and then you do it, and then your child watches it and listens to it and thinks, okay, well you're contradicting yourself now, and all it does is it just confuses them, and then so that's why parents often struggle, and the challenges become a bit more, you know, they manifest a bit more.
I'm going to spice this up, and I'm not saying all parents should be running around swearing at their kids, but there is adult behaviour and then there is child behaviour as well. So sometimes that line is quite blurred because they've got to also understand that within the set of boundaries is the appropriate behaviour. So as a parent, you are allowed to do certain things. You are allowed to stay up later. You are allowed to, and also we're emotional beings, and I think that's often where where the guilt kicks in for me. Is I try and maintain something. I'm all great when I'm well rested and I'm in a good mood but now you're exhausted. They've pushed your button for the 10th time, and you emotionally react. And you're like, oh my word, I'm the worst parent in the world.
A lot of guilt around that.
So what tips do you have for maintaining? Because that's the challenge here, is actually setting the boundary. How do you go about doing that?
So one of the most important things you can do is develop a no-go zone with your child or any of your children that you have. So this is a zone where there are rules in place that are non-negotiable. So if it's a teenager, it's curfew time, for example. If it's a 6-year-old, it's bedtime. These are things that won't be compromised on. Now, the minute you install the no-go zone, you have to follow through with a consequence if it's broken. So that's consequences need to be consistent. Otherwise, all it does is confuses your child, and they think, okay, I can get away with that, and I don't have to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want you to think about what the consequences are. What is applicable punishment? Because ultimately, it is a discipline thing.
Yeah.
And I hate the fact that when sometimes you'll bring in your adults consequences, and you know, but you don't want to feel like you dislike your child or you're being mean to your child or manipulative. But often when you can't punish, and we can't use physical punishment now,
that's a no-go.
Is an absolute no-go. So there's, yeah, I know, and yeah, I come from the old school corporal punishment generation. So for me, that would have been my first go-to. So very, very interesting question. But maybe you can give us some tips on how you create boundaries, healthy boundaries, to protect the safety of your child. Let us know on our social media platforms.
And on to a much lighter conversation. On a Tuesday, we check out the latest movie trailers. JP Sebastian is in the house once again. He's spent quite a bit of time looking at trailers of movies that are to be expected in the next month or so. JP, you got me really excited because one of my favorite ones coming out is on this list of movies. But the first one we're looking at is Call of the Wind.
The Call of the Wild.
Call of the Wild?
It doesn't matter. You need to get outdoors, clearly.
Yes, yeah, I do need to. I really do need to. Please take me somewhere nice, please.
This is the best I can do, I'm afraid.
Thanks. It'll work. It'll do. The director is the same person who directed How to Train Your Dragon, Lilo and Stitch as well.
Which are obviously animation backgrounds.
And they're amazing.
And now making his foray into live action with a man who people thought that was maybe put out to pasture. Fortunately, Harrison Ford was not taken out behind the studio lot. And after Star Wars, obviously, we know what happened.
Yeah, that drama,
and so now, taking a completely different route. This is based on a novel by Jack London, which is a lot more dark than this trailer would let on. I don't think that this is going to be all like as hairy. Obviously as hairy because it's a story about a dog, but as dramatic as the book itself. The dog is in the 19th century United States, living the life of luxury in the suburbs and all that, and then gets stolen away to be part of the Yukon Gold Rush in the northern part of North America.
Yeah.
And so becomes a sled dog, and he's got to like put aside his city dog ways and try to fight for survival in the wild. Here's the first thing that strikes me about this trailer, and usually these things come out early. You're still seeing the graphics in work, but that's clearly not a real dog, as you would have been able to tell. I don't know why these days I
don't know why it looks so realistic to me. I mean, look, it's huge, and that's why I can tell it's not a real dog. I mean, I suppose also because how would you get a real dog to act out a whole movie like this? But it looks real.
You're young. You don't know about movies like Homeward Bound, where like, back in my day we had to like,
I remember Benji.
Cujo. Like we had to rub peanut butter on the top of the dog's mouth to make it talk. But now you have like a team of 6 people making the dog act like I don't know. He's got human. He's sort of personified and whatever. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily, but he's clearly been given sort of human personality, and he's not distinctly dog-like. Obviously great for the kids. I don't know if Harrison Ford is going to totally arrive mentally for this. He's sort of just been cashing checks these days, but it's always good to see his face and that he's still fed. I'm sure it's one for the whole family.
But when does this one come out? Next year, right?
Yes. So that's not
28th of Feb. 28th of Feb, that's the date.
Which is odd because you think it would be one of these Christmassy type things. But,
exactly. It would be perfectly timed for Christmas.
Maybe we're stretching it out. If we started Christmas in October already, who knows if we'll probably run through to June.
Here's a movie that I think is perfectly timed for Christmas. Are you blind when you're born? Can you see in the dark? Would you look at his king? Could you sit on his throne? Are you tense when you sense there's a storm in the air? Cats, the musical.
Oh.
Jellicle Cats come out to play. They come out to tell us more.
I just kept holding my breath, as I'm sure you are for this movie. I'm a Philistine. I need you to tell me more. I've never watched Cats. What is the draw card? What is it that makes anyone sing a song on TV for the past minute?
I love Cats. And there was a time where every single morning I used to play the Jellicle song, or the Jellicle Cats song by Cats of Cats.
You get diagnosed with jellicolitis. No.
No, please, nothing like that. So, but I mean, I used to listen to this all the time, and I love Cats because it's one of those absolute classic musicals set in London, of course. I've watched it in the UK and I've watched it in Joburg as well. And I'm concerned you've got people like Taylor Swift and Jennifer Hudson in this movie.
Do you think those are powerful enough voices?
They are incredible voices. My only concern is how do you tell a story that is so pure and so driven by the purity of the story of Cats without being distracted by the big stars that you're seeing as cast members here?
And this is one of these weird decisions that these movies are making these days. Though, like I said, I've not seen it myself. Judi Dench, as you're looking at there.
Yes, she probably plays Grisabella, the glamour cat.
I'll take your word for it. You could just be making stuff up, and I'd agree, because I'm a Philistine when it comes to musicals. Ian McKellen, Sir Ian McKellen, Jason Derulo, James Corden, Rebel Wilson. So, are more famous faces better? Obviously, The Lion King proved that, even though Beyonce wasn't the best voice actress necessarily, I'm sorry to say this, I know you're going to be like bringing your reinforcements soon enough. Look, all the celebrity aside and all that kind of, my main issue is the cats are still kind of weird looking for a lot of people. And even this trailer didn't necessarily set aside those worries. I think people are more on the fence about whether this will be an absolute disaster to look at, whether you'll need to bring holy water into the cinema and pour it directly into your eyeballs, or if it actually might work out just fine because the director previously has gotten Oscars for it, was The King's Speech.
Yeah.
And
Les Mis.
did Les Mis as well, which won 3 Oscars.
The Danish Girl.
Yeah, which also won an Oscar itself. So this dude is pretty, like, trophied. Will he do fine with cats? I hope. It's improved since the last trailer 4 months ago.
Oh,
they even took some of the fur on the fingers, and that was creeping people out.
They've done a good job at just looking at the trailer. But listen, we could go on and on about cats because it's got so many layers to it. But this one is out
layers. Oh, that would be the 27th of December.
27th
and maybe
of
then
December.
I'll find out why they have
It's
layers.
around the corner. You've got Idris Elba, Jennifer Hudson, James Corden. It's going to be a big one, I think. But let us know what you think of these movies by heading over to our Facebook page. That hashtag, once again, is Expresso Show. We'll see you after this.
Give us a cat pose.
Can you sing in the
Clover Crush. 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush your daily goodness. Now also available in long life.
Support Crush in giving away another 20,000 pairs of school shoes to children in need. Buy a Crush, dial the number on the pack, and stand the chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand. Hashtag share the goodness. Made with love by Clover.
One, check, check, check. Test, test, test. Okay, so they're not here yet, no? But like apparently.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful Tuesday morning. A little bit earlier in the show, our family therapist, registered social worker Kim Abrams, explained the importance of setting boundaries for children within the family unit and offered us some practical advice on how parents can implement healthy boundaries. And we're going to continue that chat right now. So before we move into the shift from children to teenager, where the boundaries have to then change, for a child, what is appropriate punishment or reinforcement, if you will, of those boundaries, do you think?
So the most appropriate thing to do is to take away a privilege that a child has. So that's kind of the easiest way to remember when you're trying to instill consequences. So, you know, if that's TV time, if that's taking away an iPad or cancelling a play date, sometimes you have to level up the consequences depending, you know, on how frequent your child is also crossing the boundary. But you can also, this is about teaching and not primarily just about punishing. So definitely privileges to be taken away. Avoiding any type of harsh discipline, so like belittling your child, is not going to get you anywhere with your child. You need to have them to respect you, and then it's easier for them to start to master the skills of having boundaries. But you could also try to get your child to reflect their behavior back to themselves. So, you know, if they're shouting at you to give them something, you can say, well, how do you think you can ask me for that toy in a nicer way? Because in this house, when we want to talk to people, we talk to people in a respectful way. And so in that way, you're modeling. So you've always got to be modeling the boundaries that you want to see in your child when you are parenting them.
Now so here's the thing that I want to say is because you're saying things like you speak to them. For us that has a bit like babies, how do you then implement it from such a young age? Because I mean, it's good when they're like at an age where you can be like, listen, Luca, this is what you can't do. This is how you're going to implement it. I can model, talk back to me. But when they're so young, how do you then start it off young and implement boundaries from such a young age?
So from about 1 year old, you know, your child will start to identify with the word no. You know, this is when they are moving around a lot. And so they understand the word no, and that's when you can kind of start putting in boundaries. So when they are touching something they don't need to be touched, it's no. Obviously the consequence to that, it can't be, you know, very extreme because they are still learning and they're exploring. So that's the other balance you need to. You really need to navigate. It is about tone.
The tone shifts dramatically when we move to the teenage years, and I speak about myself as a teenager, my poor mom. I'm so sorry, Mom. How does that narrative change?
So it changes dramatically because now you want buy-in from your child. So by that I mean they need to be involved in the conversation. So you would still have a no-go zone. So like, you know, I mentioned earlier, have a no-go zone of boundaries that cannot be crossed, whether that's curfew, when they go out with friends, they need to tell you, where they're going, alcohol, driving the car, things like that. So those are your no-go zones that will not be compromised. But when you are sitting down with your teen, it has to be a conversation, because just as you wouldn't negotiate bedtime with a 6-year-old, but you would with a 15-year-old.
Let them be part of that reasoning process so that they're
absolutely, and they need to understand why you're putting boundaries in place, and your explanation needs to be you're coming from a place of wanting to keep them safe.
The sneaky way would be get them to set the boundaries.
So the softer limits, definitely they can instill with you.
I do want to ask quickly, because we do have to go, but is there something as setting too many boundaries for your kids?
Absolutely. We can't be too rigid. You need to start to learn to let certain things go the older that they get, because with responsibility comes freedom, and that's a good thing because then independence comes. So you really want to try to start balancing things as your child becomes older. Your teen would want to talk to you about the limits and boundaries, so engage them in that conversation.
I have a feeling right now there are both parents and teens across the land going, I told you. So hopefully you have seen or heard something that has sparked the start of that conversation for you, and we have made things a little bit more practical as to how you can start setting those boundaries, whether it's with a young child or with your teenager.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
All right, are you ready? Are you ready for a showdown? From tips for a stress-free holiday to finding ways to relieve that stress. Today, we are introducing a brand new product from Clover. It looks delicious. I'm talking about the Clover cubitos. You're going to say it like that? It's a fresh and natural, ready-to-eat cheese snack made from 100% real cheddar cheese. So to celebrate the arrival of their bite-sized cubed cheese, we thought it would be a brilliant way to introduce the Clover Cubitos Jenga Championships. Dun, dun, dun. So first up, we've got Tabuso and Kutle. Tabuso?
Yes.
Buddy, back in Hammanskraal. Do they have a local?
How did I know that this?
I'm sorry. Have you not learned that you can't give me these tidbits, man, and expect me not? So you've never played Jenga before.
I mean, I've seen people play it on TV. It's the same, I'm sure, as playing it somehow, somewhat. Yeah, you played it in Lusikisiki?
I've played it back there in the Boondoos. I've definitely played Jenga, but like once or twice.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know the
Nothing
vibe.
hectic.
Okay, so Jenga can be hugely frustrating.
Yeah.
The anticipation, it can be quite hectic.
Yeah.
It looks all easy and controlled now, but it can get squirty. So what you got to do, Tubbs, okay, I know the rules have been explained, but just to reiterate for our viewers at home, you've got to take one of the blocks that is below the top out and put it back on top without knocking over the whole structure.
Okay.
It's going to become like a leaning tower of Pisa. It gets pretty intense and hectic. Okay, so first grab a cubito.
Yeah,
just to give yourself the charge that you need. And they've got delicious flavors. We've got smoked beef, yummy, and we've got sour cream and onion.
So perfect for games night. This is really awesome.
I'm thinking for a drive, long drive. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So how do we start? How does like?
Okay. So I'm going to give you ladies first.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You can choose any block, take it up, put it on top.
Lady of Tomo. From Tomo to the world.
Don't make me laugh. Do I use one hand or can I use both?
You can use both hands.
Okay.
Okay. You can use actually any part of your body that you want.
Yeah.
You can use your foot. You can.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty good. Well done. Nice. Hey? It seems. Yo, you went right in there for a.
Child.
Bullshit. Oh. Yo. These first timers, eh? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna tower down quickly, I can tell.
And that structure, you didn't leave it very sound for Kutle,
Honestly,
hey?
he's being very unfair. You're not a pleasant person to play with, Tabi.
Hey, man, this is a competition.
Oh, wait.
Kutle,
it's not about being pleasant.
This is a competition.
Woo!
It's getting real. It's
Look
getting
at the
real.
lad.
All right.
It's tough, eh? You shaking. It's real. I mean, the repercussions aren't that bad, eh?
Tabsy.
The winner gets to take this whole little bowl of cubitos. Wow. Someone who's never played before. You're quite spicy, eh?
Oh, yeah.
You were lying. I see. This is your
I've
strategy.
seen people play this lots of times. I've just never been interested enough to want to know how to play it. But here I am.
Now, with a little bit of...
Cubitos.
Think about it while you chomp a little bit of cheese.
Thank you.
I think I've got this game.
You think so? Yeah.
Ready? Where is it going?
My ancestors are watching over me.
Think about it. Think about it. Think it. Ooh. Ooh, you guys.
Easy.
Baby girl. Let's see.
You check, you had me so enthralled there. I got stopped mid feeding myself.
Wait.
So these come in different flavors, right?
Relax.
Almost.
Chutney
Almost.
and smoked beef.
Yes.
Hey, how nice is that?
Oh, wait.
I'm really
Are we having the sour cream?
yummy, huh?
Hey, don't lean on the table.
Taking a sip of that was sorry.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this is intense now.
It's about to get real.
It's getting real.
Come.
Okay.
Wow.
You have to switch positions now.
Wow. Are you a competitive person, Kutle?
No, you can tell
actually
she is.
starting to
Oh, yeah, you can tell
you got like game face vibes.
In the absence of Katle Rolamo, there is Kutle Adams.
This game would be too frustrating for Kat. I don't think we can even let it play it.
Oh no! I can tell.
You gotta put it
together.
Yo.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow, guys.
Oh my God.
So you guys are doing pretty well for novices.
Okay, let me just think about this for a second.
It's a tough one, eh?
Okay.
Sure, look at that. That was quite swift.
Do you want some of this?
Please.
Now, it's part of the challenge that we've got to finish the cheese before
the game is done. Quiet, everyone. I just need silence, please.
No.
I just need This is a lot more intense than I actually think I'm ready for.
Shame. I mean, the show is literally about to come to an end, and all we've done is play.
No, but we're doing
crazy.
very well for people who aren't like...
You're doing incredibly well, guys. I think you are now fully qualified Jenga. Hey, oh. Yeah. Oh.
was literally holding my breath.
I'm gonna just hand it over to you to collapse.
This might be the one. This might be the one.
Would you like to do it now, please, to collapse the top?
serve a living God. I serve a living God.
The prodigal daughter is back! Papa. Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
This is getting intense.
Wow! Oh, you guys
well
might break a record with this.
You know what?
Might
Since it's his
break it.
first time doing this,
Okay.
I'll just give it to you, Tabsy.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Come, you can do this. I'll just come on.
Okay,
It's
no.
going to be very tough now. It's going to be very, very tough.
Ew.
You can check the mathematics.
Okay.
Ooh. Hey, we're going to have a line of one Jengas all the way up to the top.
Okay. Right.
That was aggressive
No,
fingering.
but you can't untouch something, Tabsy.
Use the force. I'm giving you one more round. One more round. Come on.
And then what?
it
And then it's a draw.
No, I mean, it surely has to go after this.
Come on, Tabs.
Surely.
Okay. Let's see.
Ooh.
R.I.P. to the tower now because, I mean, I don't think...
Oh, no.
Okay, I thought this was gonna knock it, but...
This Jenga challenge is going to become a thing on the show. You know that, eh? Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Okay.
No way.
No.
No way.
How is it even possible? How is it even possible? Oh, I'd go for it.
Well, you know what?
Wait.
It's done. It's done. It's gone. The tower is finished. It's done. It's gone.
Anna, Tabsy, but you can't do it with both hands.
You can't stabilize. No, you can pull the block,
stabilize.
but you can't stabilize it too much.
Okay, you go.
Can I go?
I serve a living God.
Come on.
Wow.
Are these things like magnetic?
What is going on?
Oh.
No ways. I think it's us. We are both the champions.
Oh, no. Okay.
Okay. Come on. I'm going to stop putting the time now. Go.
Wait.
Go.
You have to take it.
Wow. My heart.
Well played. You pushed
Guys, that was-
these are mine.
That was incredibly close, guys. I'm so impressed. You get yourself. You get two just for being a constant.
Thank you.
Loser there. Join us again next week for another tasty round of Jenga, where the winner will get to take on Jamie Lee. And remember, oh, you're good. I hope she's good. And of course, get to the shops. Get your hands on some of the most delicious cheese I've ever tasted. These little commuters are awesome. Available in sour cream, smoked beef, and chutney flavors. Perfect go-to snack, I think, when you're on the go, especially on holiday. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Both of you. Super.
Thank you.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. This is Expresso. This is Ukutla Adams, the Jenga champion of the day. Okay, who will be facing Jamie Lee next week. I hope you're scared, girl.
Dun, dun, dun. She better be.
She better be.
You got game.
I got game.
All right.
And speaking of having game, this Black Friday's game is lit. If you'll be shopping for home appliances this Black Friday, then sit a little closer because we have Dion Wired's hottest deals to share with you.
All right, so I'm going to give you some options here, guys. You can let me know which you most are lusting after. So first up, if you're looking for a brand new state-of-the-art washing machine, we've got this little number for you. You can get a Samsung 18-kilogram top-loader washing machine for just $7,499. That means you save a whole 2,500 rand. That's like a third off the price. Then maybe you're in the market for a new microwave that can do literally everything. Then you need to check out the LG Neo Chef microwave. It's going for only $2,499. That saves you $700. Really nice. And here's a massive one. Okay, if you've been needing to upgrade the kitchen with a new stove and oven, which I really do need, then you can get Bosch's gas combination freestanding cooker for $6,999. That's a saving of 3,000 rand. That's actually really, really good, guys. I've been shopping around. Ooh, that might be the one for me. And the last deal would classify more, I think, as a bit of a spoil. You can add a stylish touch of retro class to your kitchen with a Smeg kettle. We've seen them on the show. They are beautiful. They'll save you 800 rand when you only pay 1,999 rand.
I love it. Give it to me.
I even have my calculator out. I'm trying to calculate how much I'll be spending this Black Friday.
It's insane. But Dion Wyatt, they're going to be opening their doors at midnight. They told me face-to-face that this is happening on Friday. So if you're serious about your shopping, make sure that you are there from midnight. In the meantime, though, let us know on social media what deals you're hoping to get. We'd love to hear from you. Hashtag Expresso Show.
He's buying her a TV.
No, not her.
Stream Fireplace.
Dion Wired, where humans go for technology.
So for the last few weeks, we've all been daydreaming about what it would be like to win a tech dish with 100,000 rand exactly at a Dion Wired.
Yep. Man, and this past weekend, of course, the incredibly lucky Shahida Duplessis, the unbelievably lucky winner that got that call and made her way to a Dion Wired for the shopping spree of a lifetime. She got to do just that. Take a look.
I haven't been this excited in a really long time. We ran a competition on the show for one lucky person to win a tech dish at a Dion Wired store valued at 100,000 rand. Well, the day has finally arrived. We're going to meet our winner and we're going to shop till we drop. Shahida, the lady of the moment, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How are you feeling this morning? This is such a major prize.
It is a major prize and I'm very nervous to tell you the truth.
I can imagine, I can believe that, but between you and I, tell me, whisper it in my ear, how many times did you enter?
Uncountable times. I can't even count how many times I entered.
Well, it's going to be a fun time. We're going to be shopping till we drop, but before we do that, let's get you meeting the team so you can get all the rules, okay?
All right.
Let's do it.
Congratulations, you are the winner out of maybe 150,000 people.
Oh my word.
You are really, really lucky. I hope you're looking forward to this. We have such an amazing surprise for you. We have 10 really amazing products for you to choose from. I'm not going to tell you what the products are.
All right.
But I'm going to tell you we do have a TV, we do have a cell phone, we do have a laptop, and we have a home theater system, and a camera, and the list goes on and on. So the only way you're going to know the product is there's going to be a flag at it. The rules are quite simple. There's 30 seconds, which we will have a countdown. We'll start from 5 down to 0. As soon as it hits 0, that's when your 30 seconds start. What you have to do is collect as many of the flags as you can and get back to this spot.
All right.
If you're back at this spot before the buzzer goes, everything's yours.
Okay.
Well, this is the moment of truth. It is about to start. It's pretty simple. It sounds simple. You've got 30 seconds to grab as many products as you can. Let's get you in position. Team, come on over. Oh, we're going to count you down. Yep. Everyone's really excited for you, Shahida. No pressure at all. 30 seconds to collect as many products as you can.
I'll try my best.
Okay, Shahida, your clock and your countdown of 30 seconds starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, dash! Woohoo! Go Yeah! Come on, Shahida. Yeah! Yeah! Come on! 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Congratulations! Wow, well done, Shahida.
Thank you.
That was such a thrill. How was that? What did you get?
I think I got a notebook,
Yeah?
coffee machine,
Yeah?
and a PS4.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm coming to play games at your house,
No
but
problem.
also I think that we must go for a coffee date there by her house.
You didn't just get any coffee machine, you got a Smeg coffee.
A Smeg coffee.
That's going to be exciting.
Next level, next
That's
level.
great.
I see you've only got 3 flags out of 10. Is there anything that you really wanted that you didn't get?
I wanted a fridge, but unfortunately, I went past it.
What if I tell you I have something better than a fridge?
Is that so?
And I'm going to give it to you as a consolation prize.
Okay.
And it's not just anything, it's a 75-inch Hisense TV. You are 20,000 Rand.
This is absolutely fantastic. First of all, your house is going to turn into a cinema. It's a
Yes.
home theater experience.
PlayStation 4.
Akbar and I are coming for coffee dates
No
there by your
problem.
house.
And to play.
And to play games with you. Who are you going to be sharing your games with?
My family, my husband, my son,
Come
my
on through,
daughter-in-law.
family. This is absolutely fantastic. Wow, that was such a thrill. 30 seconds to collect as many products as you can. I can't imagine having to do all of that, but of course, congratulations. Absolutely well deserved.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you
a lot,
so much.
everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Untitled, and thank you to Expresso. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Akbar, that was absolutely incredible. Just being able to give a consumer the best in tech from Dion White. What does that mean for you?
Dude, did you see the look on that lady's face when she went and she got all of those products?
I still can't believe it.
As a marketing team, that's what I look for. You live for those moments.
Yeah. I'm sure I speak not just for myself, for many other people when I say, you know, we're feeling a little bit left out of all this excitement, but at least we know that this Friday is Black Friday. You must have some amazing deals. Please tell me you do.
Well, the team have worked tirelessly, night and day,
Yeah.
to get the best prices at the best in electronics and appliances. This year, Black Friday is so big, I think it's almost going to overshadow Christmas, to be honest. This year, we've turned it around a bit, and we don't have online exclusive deals, but everything that you see on the leaflet is available online as well.
Jamie Lee at work has been hounding me for a gift in the form of a TV. Akbar, please help.
Well, if you want TVs, Dion White is the place to be for TVs. Let me take you and show you what we have.
Let's go.
We have the widest range on high-end TV.
Yeah.
From OLED to QLED to NanoCell to 75-inch to 85-inch TVs. This is the place to be to get the gift that you want.
And it's all here for this Black Friday. What advice do you have for someone looking for a gift in this space?
Well, if you want a TV from Dion White, I have a perfect surprise for you and solution. You can come through and sort your TV license out. You can come through, pay up your TV license or get it applied. So when you come through to buy your TV for Black Friday, it's seamless. You take your TV, get to the trading card of the store.
Well, there you have it, family. You heard it here first. Get your TV license in order and enjoy the benefits of a Dion White Black Friday extravaganza.
Black Friday, midnight, 29th November. And just for you, the viewers out there, we will be releasing secret deals throughout the week from Monday to Friday. So make sure you visit the site, dionwhite.co.za, sign up to our newsletter, and you can qualify for these ridiculously limited offer deals.
Come tell me about the secret. What a day it's been. I'm sure we've all dreamt of walking along the aisles of a store, just grabbing whatever we want. But today, for Shahida du Plessis, that is exactly what happened at a Dion White store, Tech Haven. But of course, this Friday is Black Friday, and that means you can do your own tech dish. But in the meantime, why don't you go out and draw up a wish list? I'm sure you already have. See you on Friday.
Oh, Shahida. The moment got big.
It
got
did.
big. And
It
you
did.
think 30 seconds actually isn't a lot of time.
It really isn't.
That stressed me out a little bit, but can we give a shout out to Akbar? I think he needs a permanent spot on TV.
Yes, he's incredible.
Well done, buddy.
Well, we'll be out on Friday for Black Friday deals at all Dion White stores. They open at midnight. I specifically will be at the Gateway Theatre of Shopping. You want to make sure that you get your hands on buying your deals. Go drop that wish list. We'll see you after this.
There's nothing smoother than winning when you buy Tropica. Buy any size and your favorite flavor of Tropica in fresh or long life. Find the unique code behind the label or the sticker. Then follow the entry details on the pack and you could win daily prizes of airtime, cash, LG Q60 smartphones, 55-inch LG UHD smart artificial intelligence digital TVs, steam dishwashers, Caribbean tan hampers, or guest watches. That's more than 100,000 prizes.
Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is still your feel-good breakfast show right here on SABC3 Expresso Morning Show. Now, we've had a jam-packed morning, lots of competition, lots of giveaways, but let's get back into the business. It's just after 7 o'clock. Here's your news update with Uncle Tabsy.
Thank you very much, Jamie. We take a look at those news headlines. Starting off here at home, President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday launched the 16 days of activism for no violence against women and children at Lephalale in Limpopo. This a few hours prior to that, a Capricorn TVET college student was brutally stabbed to death in her room in Mukomene, some 300 kilometers from where he spoke. Eskom has warned that it will begin regular scheduled interruptions to 3 municipalities in the Free State, including the Mangaung Metropolitan Municipality where Bloemfontein is, unless it gets paid for the provision of electricity. In international news, protesters in the DRC have stormed a United Nations peacekeepers camp and burnt down a town hall which housed a mayor's office. They're angry about what they see as the failure of authorities to deal with an armed Islamist group which has killed dozens of people in the region. And finally, pigeons have been accused of many things, but patriotism is not one of them. According to the Canberra Times, a puppy pinched poaching pigeon was caught pilfering red-coloured poppies from the tomb of the unknown soldier at the Australian War Memorial in the capital, Canberra, and repurposing them to build a very bright nest. The pigeon piled the poppies under a stained glass window. Not the best place to hide colourful things you've stolen, but the pigeon was caught in the act ahead of Remembrance Day in Australia, marked each November the 11th. Remembrance Day commemorates Australian soldiers who died in armed conflict, and red poppies are worn and placed at memorials to remember and honour their sacrifice. And now a patriotic pigeon is part of the tradition. That's where we leave it for now. Here's Graham with a look at the world of sports.
Well, of course, some South African players will be leaving for France. One former Springbok and veteran prop Yanni du Plessis will make his return to the Super Rugby fold when he joins the Lions for next year's competition, coming from Montpellier in France. On the footballing front, Banyana and coach Desiree Ellis have been nominated for some top awards. The Confederation for African Football has released the list of nominees for the 28th edition of its annual football awards. And South Africa's Banyana have been nominated for the CAF Women's Team of the Year, and their coach Desiree has been nominated for Women's Coach of the Year. Congratulations all round. And staying with football news, it's now been confirmed that Man City star forward Sergio Aguero will be out for a few weeks now after suffering a thigh injury in his team's 2-1 win over Chelsea at the Etihad on Saturday. More on all those stories as we progress.
It's just after 7. Let's take a first look at what's happening on the roads. In Gauteng Sandton on the M1 southbound, there's been an accident before Grayson Drive. Traffic is bumper to bumper and heavy delays can be expected, so please be patient on the roads this morning. In the Western Cape Observatory, there are roadworks on the M3 southbound before the N2 turnoff. One lane is currently blocked and causing delays, so please do keep a lookout for this. And on the Metro Rail Northern Line, there is a signal power failure at Bellville impacting the Northern Line train service. Inbound and outbound trains are temporarily in a holding pattern, and technicians are attending to the problem, so please allow for an additional travel time of approximately 2 hours. That was the update with regards to your traffic. Now let's take a look at the weather.
We've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Father Khan sent us this amazing sunrise picture from Richards Bay, where plenty of sunshine can be expected with little to no wind and high humidity reaching a maximum of 29 degrees. Sam Cross sent us this spectacular sunrise from Durban, where sunny conditions can be expected with pleasant temperatures reaching a maximum of 27 degrees. Now let's have a look at the rest of South Africa. Thunderstorms can be expected for Polokwane with a low of 17 and a maximum of 28. Occasional rain for Mbombela at 19 and 26 degrees. Pretoria, partly sunny day at 18 and 32 degrees. Northwesterly wind of 11 kilometers an hour in Johannesburg with temperatures ranging from 15 to 30 degrees. Mahikeng, it's a sunny day with a low of 20 and maximum of 35. Klerksdorp, 18, 35. And plenty of sunshine for Kimberley with a low of 17 and a maximum of 36 degrees. In Bloemfontein, 13 degrees to a max of 35, and Richards Bay temperatures ranging from 18 to 29, and high humidity for Pietermaritzburg at 16 and 27 degrees, and high humidity for Durban as well at 20, reaching a max of 27. In Tata, it's a sunny day with a low of 12 degrees with a maximum of 31, and clear skies for East London with 16 and 25 degrees, and Credoc at 10 and 36, and southwesterly wind of 18 kilometers an hour in the windy city, Port Elizabeth. George can expect a low of 13 degrees and a maximum of 25. And the lowest temperature in the country, Sutherland, with a low of 10 degrees and a maximum of 31 degrees. And Cape Town, the mother city, 15.25. Worcester at 14.36. Springbok, 19 to 38 degrees. And highest temperature in the country in Uppington, 19 with a maximum of 39 degrees. Wherever you are in South Africa, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves an absolutely amazing day.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
It is your birthday. Let's see if we can make your day with the birthday dedication this morning. We've got tons to get through, so I'm going to dive right in. And hopefully we're talking right now to you, Jolene. Happy birthday to our dearest mother, queen of our hearts, Jolene Moore, who turns 80 today. Congratulations. We love you dearly. This is from your daughters, Marshall, Drushelle, and Rochelle, and your granddaughters, Nushelle and Lauren Lee. Broke the mold with Lauren Lee there. And then a happy 7th birthday to Tamron Muller. We hope you enjoy your day and stay the wonderful, amazing baby that you are. And that's love from your best auntie, Aliyah. Happy birthday.
Cute, man. And then to my sister, Kanye, I wish you a happy and blessed birthday. I hope today is filled with joy and happiness. Love you lots. And then wishing our granddaughter, Reha, a happy birthday. A 6th birthday, indeed, that is, from Grandpa and Grandma. God bless you. Love you lots, Reha.
Happy birthday, cutie pie. And then we move on to an amazing young lady, Lalita. Happy birthday, young lady. You're so incredibly kind. I cannot even begin to explain. That's from your sister, Lelona. Happy birthday. And then a happy 27th birthday to our eldest daughter, Chandre. We pray for God's favor and protection over your life. We love you a lot, and I'm very proud of you. That's from your mom, your dad, from Chelsea, Waylon, and Durrani.
Ooh, she looks familiar. Anyway, a happy birthday to Thara Nodi, wishing my friend a happy 11th birthday. Cute. May you have a lovely day from your friend Alyssa. Friendship goals indeed. And then happy birthday, Lungile Mbombosi, who turns 5 years old today. Happy birthday, Lungile.
Happy birthday, cutie pie. And then happy birthday to Sia Mkari. Everything in this world has a limit, but my love for you is unlimited. And that's from your loving wife, Nonkosi Mkari. And then this one coming to Ashika Moses, 15 years old. What a milestone. Happy birthday, my child. Wishing you all the best for the year ahead. Love you lots. That's from your parents, your brothers, and your grandparents.
And then lastly, ending off the birthday wishes is Jasmine Lee de Klerk. Baie geluk met jou eerste verjaarsdag. Onze liefling barbecue. Ons liefling barbecue. Van oupa en ouma in Muldersdrift. Baie geluk vir jou. Veel geluk, liewe maatjie, omdat jy vir die jaar. Daai is vir jou, Jasmine.
Very sweet. So thank you so much for all of you who have sent through those messages. Keep them coming. You can send them to birthdays@cordova.tv or WhatsApp us a video, please. We want the videos. We want to see you singing. You can WhatsApp to 0716 40 6551. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely beautiful. And if it is your birthday, happy birthday to you. And now we're back with a look at those movie trailers of movies to get your appetite going for movies coming out in the beginning part of next year. JP Sebastian Seberg is the first one.
Yeah, and this is an interesting story. Gene Seberg was part of a movie called Breathless. And when you go study film at university, the first thing that blows your mind is Breathless. And
this is from when? 1960s?
In the 60s, yeah. Oh. So this is the French New Wave, even though she was an American actress. And here she's played by Kristen Stewart, who we mostly know as not American, but a vampire.
Yeah.
Shame, no, that remember the Twilight series. But she's making great inroads into these smaller, more art house type things. Good for her. She's
What do you do after you've done Twilight and so many of them?
You basically never have to work again for a start, but still, that seems like her heart is in doing stuff that's like small, interesting and meaningful, from whether it's Camp X-Ray, Still Alice, Personal Shopper, all these other great movies. But this one, I think it's got a couple of reviewers on the fence from festivals. It hasn't come out yet, and there's no date for it in SA as of yet, because it just seems like it's way too much of maybe a dense telling of a very interesting life of this actress. So she became the starlet and this muse to a lot of people. She became the go-to. There's the classic thumb over the mouth scene. Whenever you want to become a romantic, existentialist. Oh, well, that's a terrible French accent. I'll never do that again. Then that's a little
French?
Please, I've declared war on a country by doing that.
Yeah.
The story starts with her being rocketed into fame from this role that she played, and then working with Buñuel, and then finding herself in the mix with what you're looking at there, Anthony Mackie and Zazie Beetz in the Black Panthers. She became a civil rights activist, where she contributed resources, her time, her efforts to the black civil rights movement to the United States. And what you're also watching simultaneously is Vince Vaughn and a bunch of other dudes who are suits G-men for J. Edgar Hoover, for the FBI, who purposely sabotaged this woman's life and drove her to a tragic end. So because she had a love affair with Hakim Jamal of the Black Panthers, and because she was way too close with a group that was a liberatory group back then, and the FBI, as part of their COINTELPRO project, made it their business to destroy lives who tried to liberate people, tried to destroy this actress's life as well. So this this is a very interesting story because you have so many of these stories that you and I, as average Joes, are exposed to.
Yeah.
Of wow, how did she fall from such glory? How did she fall from such a height? And
the back end of it.
Yeah, which was purposely designed. So for such an interesting character, I hope that there's something we gain from the story, despite some of the reviewers being sort of lukewarm.
Yeah.
And Kristen Stewart, I wish only the best for her, especially after her travails as a vampiress.
No release date in South Africa yet, so that's going to be one of those you have to keep it locked here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because I'm sure when it does come out, we'll chat about it some more. The second one is Emma.
You have to come clean with me now. So in Matric, did you read your set work or did you watch the movie?
No, I read the set work.
You're shaking
We
nervously.
had no TVs in Hammanskraal. Okay, no, I can't use the things in not existing in Hammanskraal excuse all the time. No, we had TVs, but I
we had no laws. I could do what I wanted.
No electricity.
So Emma, obviously written by Jane Austen. I think that this might be one of those. When these movies are made from like classic books, people often go, "Oh, you mean the Keira Knightley one of Pride and Prejudice?" And this might be the one that sets Anya Taylor-Joy, who's the actress on the path, has been recognized as the player of Emma. Previously done by Gwyneth Paltrow, that was in 1996. But this actress is great. She's got a history, obviously. I think most people were exposed to her with Split, the horror movie by M. Night Shyamalan, the one with Other Duty, whose name I don't care for right now. And she's done other horror shows. She's a horror queen, usually. The Witch, which was fantastic in it as well. But anyway, first of all, I'll tell you what. South Africans, go watch this trailer for yourself. This is, for me, one of the best designed trailers of the year. That's trailer, that's not movie. But like as just an advertising product, this is the way a trailer is supposed to be made. It is beautiful, it is seamless, it is fluid, and
get you excited.
Look at the colors, look at the designs. Oh, look at that clever little motion.
But now, we don't know when this is out in South Africa. No, we do.
This is early March.
6th of March, I think you said earlier on. Okay, so handsome, clever, and rich Emma Woodhouse, restless Queen Bee. It's going to be quite interesting to see that unfold.
She's basically this, matchmaker, and she thinks she can like pay off everyone in the town, and she will, keep this sort. But obviously, at age 21, you know that you've got a lot to learn about love, and so we'll find out.
So she does.
But when the time comes around, we'll talk about it.
Interesting stuff. Well, listen, what do you think of this? Are you as excited about it just from seeing the trailer as JP is? We want to hear from you. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3, that's the Facebook page with the hashtag Expresso Show. Let us know. We want to hear your thoughts. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break, fill up our coffee cups. We'll see you after this.
Talk about movies.
Show that there's a glass and a half in everyone by lighting up the faces of orphaned and vulnerable children this festive season. Donate your pre-loved toys, books or games at the Cadbury Dairy Milk Generosity at the Tiger Valley Shopping Centre in Cape Town between the 26th of November to the 2nd of December. You could also donate your pre-loved or new toys at selected Toys R Us stores or online at toysrus.co.za.
I'm still gonna look at it. How do I make this? How do you make this? We'll ask him. Okay. You should never die. You should never doubt my love. You should know after all said and done, I'm here for better or worse. I'll be here like the rising sun. Oh, you stole my heart. You said we'd never part. Brought my soul sweet relief. I think I caught the cutest thief. Sometimes when I
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in as we tune into Health Matters, being a Tuesday morning on the show. And of course, at the heart of our health is our heart, one of the most important organs in the human body. And taking care of it should be a daily priority, one that often isn't, unfortunately. Now, one of the best ways to take care of your heart is through a healthy lifestyle, which includes a balanced diet, exercise, and managing things like your blood pressure and your blood cholesterol levels. So here to talk about good health, please welcome our trusted medical advisor, Dr. Darren Green, and Professor Mpiko Ntseke, who is currently serving as the Chair of Cardiology at the University of Cape Town and Head of Clinical Cardiology at Groote Schuur Hospital. Quite a CV, sir, so welcome. Thank you so much to both of you. Doc, the doc is in the house. We love connecting with you, buddy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Most of us have experienced sharp pains in our chest. I mean, I'm only 23. Is it something that I should be worried about? Or what is it that's happening down there?
Is it heartburn?
Is it heartburn? I think that's my personal first question.
Yeah, I think clinically in the emergency room, we often are confronted with people that present with chest pain. And, you know, there's an array of medical diagnoses, some of them even not medical, that can cause chest pain. And the problem is, anatomically, if you look at the chest, the area, we're dealing with a whole lot of things, from muscle and soft tissue all the way through as we move down to the deeper layers, to the heart itself, but the membrane around the lung itself, reflux disease, as we mentioned, peptic ulcer disease, etc. So many things can present with atypical chest pain. But when we speak to the experts regarding cardiac health, there are certainly indicators of a more typical syndrome involved with that type of chest pain.
Professor, maybe I can then start at the root of all of this and say what is a heart attack? What is going on in our body when we experience a heart attack?
Right, okay, thank you, and thank you for having me on. So heart attack, basically, I think we start with what exactly the heart is. The heart's a big pump, it's a big muscle, and all it does all day is contract and relax, pump and relax, and pump blood to the body. All right, now it needs its own blood supply to do that. Okay, and a heart attack really describes when the blood supply to that muscle is suddenly cut off. All right, what it does is it causes what we call ischemia. It deprives the muscle of oxygen and nutrients, and that muscle necroses or dies and causes an intense amount of pain. And as it dies, we call that a heart attack. Okay, so sort of...
And right now, I feel like one of your students.
Taking down notes, right? Absolutely. I mean, most recently, people close to me who are very young have experienced a heart attack. Who's most at risk? Because we usually think it's for old people when you've lived your life, and that's it. Who's at risk of a heart attack?
Yeah, I think the big populations are smokers, right at the top of the list. Smokers, people that are sedentary and don't exercise, people that have certainly diseases where they have dyslipidemia or problems with lipid or fat metabolism. And then, of course, family histories of cardiac disease where specifically heart attacks under the age of 40 are reported in parent groups, in grandparent groups. If there's anything else, some more groups.
Yeah, I think, look, we should put things into some perspective. And for the most part, people that are under 30 are not at major risk for heart attack.
Okay.
So the vast majority of people at 40 having some pain will have the long list of things, alternatives, that we heard about at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, so most people won't be having a heart attack because age is actually the most important risk factor, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, so the older you are, the more likely you are to.
And we'll delve a little deeper into some of those risk factors. We are talking about heart health and a heart attack and what we can do most, I think, importantly, to preemptively, as we do age and move into that high-risk age, what we can do to protect ourselves in this space.
And the health conversation continues here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've reached that time of the year where we have out-of-town visitors, money worries, Christmas shopping pressures, overeating problems, and a whole list of things that you never got around to doing. But along with the joy of holidays, so too does it bring along a host of stress and anxiety. We know all about it. And in fact, in 2016, a Bloomberg study declared South Africa the second most stressed out nation in the world. Wow! Can you cope with that?
No.
It's a lot. Looking super relaxed, though, this morning is Megan Pence-Kleitzer, who is here with some holiday stress advice. Megan, perfect timing. So good to see you. Good morning.
Why are you so relaxed?
Yeah,
like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how
Megan?
stressful is being on Expresso show?
No, it's not stressful.
No?
But I will say that what often happens with stress is it's usually long-term stress or extremely high levels of stress, and that's some of the be well, health hacks that I have for you today. Is a few tips about stress management.
Yeah, I've spent quite a bit of time with you, Megan, and I almost feel like I know what you're about to say to me and Jamie Lee. I feel like you're going to say, guys, take it easy, pump the brakes, relax. Is that what you're about to say?
I am. And you know how important that really is?
Yeah.
Because if you look at relaxation, that's the one thing when you're very stressed that you actually don't do. So my advice would be 15 to 20 minutes a day, and you can choose. So look at firstly, looking at something like meditation. Meditation is great, because what it does is it focuses our attention. So all those thoughts that are all jumbled or whatever, it like just streamlines them a little bit. And then we, of course, have deep breathing. Now, did you know when you actually practice deep breathing, you actually then set off your parasympathetic response in your nervous system.
What's a parasympathetic response?
Okay, so that's our relaxation response. So it's a very important thing to actually look at deep breathing, and most of us don't breathe well. And then, of course, the other one is to look at, if you prefer, something like yoga. And yoga's great because what it does is it brings in deep breathing, it brings in you focusing a little bit, and then also at the same time, it also brings in that you are going to look at exercise. So we know that exercise actually does help, and also with posture.
Yeah.
So these are, if you can actually just try.
Immediately going into perfect posture, yeah.
So try, at least commit to one of those a day.
Yeah.
And you're doing a great job at helping to reduce your stress.
I think the first thing people think when they think of exercise, it can be quite daunting, is that you've got to get out there and make an effort to do it. But something as easy as breathing, which is so interesting to hear you say, I can't believe that people have to be told to breathe.
How to breathe. We've been doing
It's
it wrong all
insane.
this time.
So we're always seeing that a healthy breakfast, or saying it, we're saying that a healthy breakfast and nutrition, good nutrition, can be great for you and great for a productive day. But where does nutrition fit into stress management? How does that play with each other?
So it is very important, because what it does help to do, it helps to repair the body, which is very important. The other thing that really is something to look at is a healthy, balanced, regular meal plan. And when we're looking at that, it is very important to look at regular intake of our seasonal fruit and vegetables, have loads of those, and then incorporate protein, moderate amounts, and obviously lean, and then go for your healthy fats. Now, the healthy fats are particularly our fats like our nuts, and we start looking at something like our oily fish, so our sardines and your salmon, and then, of course, let's not forget our canola oil, because they contain omega-3. And omega-3 has been shown with scientific studies, in actual fact, to help with healthy brain function.
Yes.
So that, of course, if you're very stressed and you've got a lot of anxiety, that's going to assist you.
Wow.
And what's nice about the Be Well canola oil, it actually has an ideal ratio of 2:1 from omega-3 to omega-6. So those are really good fats, and particularly omega-3. So you want to ensure that you actually take that in and keep it in the cupboard and use it as part of your stress management plan from a nutritional perspective.
Now, I love this. I love that you're telling us to have a good balanced diet, get some rest. Not actually, you said like relax. But then there's also this cliche where people constantly remind you, get some rest. Like, all you need is a good night rest. As easy as it sounds, how important is it? But like with everyone's busy lifestyles, how do you just incorporate that into a balanced lifestyle?
Absolutely. So when it comes to sleep, when we're stressed, what happens is, of course, we stress, and then we can't sleep, and we can't sleep, so we become irritable, and we become irritable, and we can't sleep. So it's like a bit of a vicious cycle.
So cool.
Yeah. And when we actually do sleep, we help to reduce inflammation in the body, we help reduce, oxidation, and it actually helps to repair the body as well. So one of the things that you can attempt to do, firstly, is, regular sleep is obviously ideal, but to get into that habit, take technology out of the bedroom. Okay? Don't look at your phone before you go to bed, because that can impact on your sleep. And so make it a haven, a place where you relax, because sleep, very importantly, assists us in reducing our stress.
Wow, Megan.
Megan,
notes on notes.
You're making me more stressed now, because I'm like, I need to breathe properly, I need to have my posture and all of that. But thank you so much. I do actually feel a bit bit more relaxed, like I am not even gonna lie. But for all of you at home, you heard the lady. All you have to do is breathe, stay active, get some sleep, and eat healthy. Now, these are all the things that can help you have your best festive season yet and make that moment and make it a season to be jolly. But of course, while we still catch up a bit more with Meg, with Meg. We'll see you again after this.
Relax.
This just in. The countdown to Black Friday is on, and you can count on Macro Game and Dion Wired for unbeatable deals on TVs. So don't miss out on the TV that you want by paying your current SABC TV license or getting a new one in store before Black Friday. Don't forget to bring your FICA documents or your TV license statement. It's the explosive sale event you don't want to miss. Save money, live better with Macro Game and Dion Wired this Black Friday.
Stole my heart. You said we'd never part. Brought my soul sweet relief. I think I caught the cutest thief. Boy, you stole my heart. You said we'd never part. Brought my soul sweet relief. I think I caught the cutest thief. No, 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 I've caught the cutest thief. Okay. Boy, you stole my heart.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso as we continue to talk heart health, and we are chatting to Professor Nteke and our resident Dr. Green. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Opening a window onto the inner workings of the body and one of the most important parts of our health, our heart. So we've spoken about some of the risk factors. You mentioned smoking. What is the relationship between smoking and where does that sit on the hierarchy of risk factors? Maybe you can take us through kind of a top 5 of the big risk factors. My assumption is that cholesterol, surely cholesterol is the biggest killer.
Right. You want to go for it? Or want me to go for it?
Yeah, you can go for it.
Okay. Tobacco in general is one of the biggest killers in the world. Okay? So if you look at global health and total mortality, one of the biggest contributor to total mortality is tobacco. We should be very clear and absolute about that. When it comes to heart health, and ischemic heart disease, specifically and stroke, then hypertension contributes a little bit more of a risk than tobacco does, and smoking. But they're both the two biggest risk factors and contributors to heart health.
What does it actually do? What does the smoking do?
Okay, very good question.
Or how does it affect
very good question. So tobacco and smoking, you know, there's different constituents within the smoke, but we'll just take it that you take a puff and the lining, the inner lining of your arteries get, in a sense, buggered up by the smoke. Okay, and what it does is it allows the arteries to absorb abnormal cholesterol. So that's the link actually between smoking and cholesterol. So you smoke, you activate the arteries, they then absorb cholesterol and fats, and then they render you susceptible to that heart attack that we talked at the beginning.
I always say it's like Velcro, sticky tape.
Yeah.
So it prepares that sticky tape to stick.
I feel like it's very complicated because there's so many things that you need to look out for. I mean, also you need to manage your blood pressure, you know, to keep your heart healthy. But then can high blood pressure lead to a heart attack?
Yes, well, it certainly can contribute towards cardiovascular disease. And why I say that is it's like taking a bicycle pump. and you close the end of the valve at the other side while you're pumping the pump. Have you ever felt that resistance and how tough it is? Now, your poor heart has a solid muscle that's pumping constantly and relaxing, pumping and relaxing.
It never stops, yeah.
Well, yeah, and if it's pumping against resistance, you must know that there's certain parts of the heart in that pump function that are going to get thicker, specifically concentric thickening around the left ventricle of the heart, and it gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and eventually you end up with a very thickened wall of the heart, and even the chamber size can obviously be affected as well, going down the line, and that then can contribute towards, obviously, your cardiac function being impaired.
I really am starting to look at the heart like a little machine now. I'm starting to actually see the working valves and the various parts. But you mentioned a stroke just now. Is there a relationship between a heart attack and a stroke? And what essentially is the difference?
Okay, so we just talked about a heart attack at the beginning. A stroke, in a sense, is a brain attack.
Okay.
So much of the same sort of physiology or pathophysiology that I spoke about, i.e. there's blood supplied to the brain, and a stroke usually happens when a region of the brain gets deprived of oxygen, nutrients, because the blood vessel is cut off.
Okay.
Okay, the arteries can either rupture or they block, and that leads to what we call a stroke. Okay, yeah, so brain attack, heart attack, one leads to stroke, one leads to heart attack.
Obviously, if the heart pump is affected and weak during a heart attack, the amount of blood and oxygen that's going to reach the brain and feed the brain in terms of the nutrients, the blood doesn't get there. So when the blood pressure falls hopelessly and the heart pump's not working, you often struggle to get enough oxygen to the brain.
Yeah.
All right, so it's worth remembering that your body is a system. As much as we love to think of each of these organs and parts of our body, certainly the inner workings operating in isolation, our whole body is a system that needs to be looked after. And the beautiful, most important thing here is that you are actually in control of your own health. There are preemptive measures that you can put in place to look after your heart and your entire system. We're going to get into some of those in just a moment.
Over the past 2 weeks, we have been showing you ways to be active with yoga moves for your overall health. And we've seen firsthand how yoga is good for your body and your mind. But did you know that yoga is also good for nerve health? Well, dietitian Shelly Meltzer joins us in studio to talk about this and how yoga can calm your nervous system. And of course, we're going to be showing you some yoga moves with Fran as well, who's back again this week, that can support our nerve health. Shelly, it's so good to have you once again. You always leave me feeling so empowered with information.
Well, thank you very much.
Shelly, you know, all of us, we're constantly in a continual state of fight or flight. We live such busy lives, not because of work or responsibilities only, but also we try to fit in so many of those fun things into our lives at the same time. But how does vitamin B help us do all of that? How does it help support our nerve health?
Well, you know, we have to think of our nervous system as our command center of our body, and in many profound ways, vitamin B12, for example, is involved in the myelin sheath, which is that covering that protects our nerve cells. The other B vitamins, like B1 and B6, for example, would actually be involved in the formation of neurotransmitters, and those are the little chemical substances that help the nerve impulses move through the body, so from the sort of central nervous system right through the peripheral nervous system. The other thing that we need to remember is that, and as a dietitian, I often like to think of our gut as our second brain, and that within our gut we've got millions of these neurons as well.
The last 2 weeks you've shown us really in the most beautiful way how movement and breathing, and especially yoga, can help calm our nervous system. How exactly, though, does it do that?
Well, what we're really trying to achieve is a much better balance between our parasympathetic nervous systems, and that's where yoga really plays an important role. That we also want to calm our digestive system and actually allow the food that we eat to be better absorbed. And yoga actually allows us to get into that state.
Speaking of the food, I know that our conversation outside of this space, you mentioned some food examples that are really the magic of working on our nervous system.
Right,
what are some of those?
So what you're looking for are foods that are specifically rich in your vitamin Bs. But when you think of those, you may be thinking of foods like fish. And the wonderful thing about that is that you're not actually only getting vitamin B from fish, you're also getting amino acids. And you're getting omega-3s if it's fatty fish. And all of those nutrients also play a very important part in our nervous system function.
It's all about the magic of two things that are within reach for us. The one is the magic of food. Thank you so much for that. And I think the next one is definitely the magic of yoga and movement. Fran, I am joining you again today. Thank you, Shelley. But Fran, what are some of those yoga moves that we can really do that help manage and look after our nerve system and our nerve functions?
Okay, so Tabisa, I'm going to compliment what Shelley said about managing and looking after our nervous system, because it's so important that we bring our nervous system into balance. So we're going to begin with a posture called cat-cow. So with your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, and your knees slightly open, your feet flat on the floor if possible. We're going to inhale and open your heart. Stick your buttocks up to the ceiling. So when it comes to balancing the nervous system in yoga, it's all about action and relaxation. So now we've done a few movements of moving our spine. We're going to come to lie on our back and we're going to shake.
Okay.
Because when you're nervous and you need to activate your nerves, you've got to shake everything. So I want you to access every part of your body that you can shake, even your tongue, your eyeballs, any part that you've never moved before. Get it going, get it
Could you
moving.
do this at the office if you suddenly felt a rush of nervous?
At the office. Ladies wearing a skirt, do it in the bathroom. Okay, so once we've shaked, and you want to do this for 3 minutes to get the maximum benefit. Now we're going to do a posture called sauna yoga, or yoga sauna. You want to bring your legs to 60 degrees and your arms to 60 degrees. And what Shelley was talking about was the navel center, the primary brain in your gut. You want to try and get that to shake. So put your head and shoulders back on the floor. Long deep breaths, and you will start to feel uncomfortable. Yoga is about bringing up uncomfortable stuff and then releasing it. That's where we do the work. Long deep breaths. And then slowly release your legs back down to the mat and to come up to sit up. Open your feet slightly and reach your hands towards your feet. So all you need to worry about is opening your heart. So imagine your heart is in front of your mind. Relax your neck, chin into chest, relax your shoulders, and just focus on slightly bringing your heart forward. It doesn't matter how far you go.
You'll definitely feel your heart start beating a little bit faster if you're not used to it.
That's the cardiovascular system that you're switching.
You are definitely releasing.
Yeah, yoga works all the systems of the body. Take one more breath here. And now we're going to cross our legs, or whichever's the easiest way to come to lie on your tummy.
Okay.
And we're going to come into what we call cobra. So if anyone has back pain, you want to bring your forearms onto the ground. And once again, just get that sensation of opening up the heart. So now we're relaxing the nervous system. These are restorative postures. Drop your shoulders, open your heart. Long, deep breaths.
You keep mentioning long, deep breaths. I'm guessing that those are so important for the releasing and the adjusting into the form.
Absolutely. If you slow down your breathing, then you get so much more benefit from the nervous system because you're bringing the nervous system into a state of calm, soothing, a relaxed state. If you've got fast, rapid breathing, you can tend to be in a more anxious state of mind. So yoga is very much about slowing down the breath. So we become like elephants. Elephants breathe 1 breath per minute. That's the intention.
I love it.
Okay, and let's finish off by just doing a child's pose. Open your knees, bring your big toes to touch at the back, so you've got space to move your torso in front of you. Rest your forehead on the mat if possible. And once again, just bring your breath into your back body. And just feel the sensations as you release.
I love it. And we're going to spend the rest of the morning with you showing me some of these moves. But that brings us to the end of our Be Active yoga session. Next week, in our final vitamin B focus segment, we're going to be chatting about how our minds can affect our health. You don't want to miss this conversation that's coming up. Friend, thank you so, so much. Put it here. Namaste.
Thanks.
Listen, 11-year-old Jamie is screaming right now because we have none other than Mark Lotching in studio with us. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. My heart. Do you know that we were actually neighbors? You grew up in Retreat, I grew up in Steenberg.
Oh, wow. So, like, not neighbors, but like...
But you know, but like,
Yeah.
if you're famous, then you become a cousin. So technically, we're now cousins.
We family,
From
we
neighbors
family,
to cousins.
yes.
Listen, I know that you've been here, like you are a veteran. Prince is like, I'm Mark, hi, my friend. But it's my first time meeting you here, but I do want to offer you some coffee. What would you like to order?
I'd love an Americano.
Americano?
Because then I can like speak Americano.
Oh,
Americano. Should I have milk today? No, I'm feeling...
Do you feel like you want some milk today?
I'm not feeling that. I feel like I want to be like rough and tough. Like,
Okay.
yeah, no milk today.
Yeah, so like,
Yeah, please,
no milk.
princess, no milk.
No milk.
No
Listen.
milk, yes.
Okay. Listen, we're going to catch up. I have so much questions, and a lot of people have so many questions for you, but we're going to ask that a bit later. But while we get our Americano on and get our accents on fleek, we'll see you right back after this.
A taste loved by those who have tried it. McAfee, great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
I'm a Venus. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in as we continue our medical discussion with Professor Nseke and Dr. Green. We are talking about heart health, and it's been really interesting. I picked up a huge amount, so thank you so much. We've had a lot of comments coming through and questions on our social media platforms. I'm going to kick it off with this coming from Dion Malepe. And he is asking, how is a balanced diet, or how does a balanced diet contribute to managing blood pressure? What kind of food or specific food should one consume in this regard? Does what you eat affect your blood pressure, to simplify?
It certainly does. I think the biggest one, obviously, is the contribution of salt in the diet. So when we ingest salt, you must remember you do require sodium. It's an essential electrolyte in many processes, including muscle function, neurological function, nerve transfers, etc., signal transfer. But we need to understand that blood pressure is largely dependent on the concentration of salt in the body. And your kidneys regulate how much salt is obviously secreted in the urine and how much is kept behind. So there's a wonderful link between, for example, the brain, the hormones, and the kidneys in regulating that process. So when it comes to diet specifically, you can imagine that if you are ingesting hidden salts in so many of the foodstuffs we have, like sauces, and we love our sauces, our chutneys, tomato sauce, slap chips with salt and vinegar, all those hidden sauces, even cheese, processed meats, that's where we consume more than the recommended daily allowance of salt, which should be 5 grams a day. So a teaspoon of salt is what you should be having. But we all ingest a lot more than
the problem is, because the majority of the salt that we take in is hidden.
And then your body holds on to fluid to try and dilute the high concentration of salt, and that then increases the blood volume and the blood pressure. Yeah.
I mean, I also had the same question earlier on. I mean, it's all about keeping a balanced diet and exercise to keep your heart healthy, but what else can we do?
Right. So I usually talk about some good things that we can do and a few things that we shouldn't do. So the good things we can do, you talked about exercise, you talked about a good diet. It is important to watch your weight. Okay? It is to the degree that is possible to remain stress-free. I think stress is a big contributor to high blood pressure and heart attacks, etc. Now, that's a sort of a show on its own. It's very difficult.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, please explain that between stress and, but I can feel my own blood pressure rising as I ask you the question. Yeah.
Right, so we're watching those things. We need to stay away from tobacco. We spoke about that earlier. Yeah. So it's keeping good balance in general on all those behavioral things. We need to remember that what we do, how we behave, can prevent up to 80% of heart disease.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's a huge message, take-home message to take home.
I'm going to round this off, and maybe you can both weigh in here. Two things. Distinguishing the acute signs of a heart attack, like when do we know, okay, time to worry, must get in my car, phone someone and get to a hospital, being the most important thing. And what do we do if we're experiencing a heart attack?
Sure. Okay. So earlier you talked about sharp pains.
Yes.
Okay, so if pain is sharp, if it's stabbing, if you can pinpoint it and say it's coming from right here, okay, if it's very short-lived, if it's affected by movement, it's very unlikely to be a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And that is the majority of pain. If, however...
Half of the country suffering from indigestion just went, okay.
Okay? The funny thing about heart attack is often people have trouble actually describing it. Okay? Because it's what we call a visceral pain. It emanates from inside. Okay? It's often described as heavy, as crushing. Pain is used, but it's in that context. It's heavy, it's crushing, it's squeezing, and it usually has company that keeps it, like shortness of breath. Okay, many people have shortness of breath with it. They may sweat. They may feel like vomiting. Okay, so it's a combination of that really...
Could you actually vomit? Would you vomit?
Yes, many people do. Okay, and as opposed to that short, sharp pain that lasts for a short time, heart attacks, you know, once your pain starts going beyond 15 minutes, and it's as we just described it, then those are all suggestions that something major is on the go.
Tingling in the left arm, that's something that's...
The radiating.
Right.
You could get radiation of pain down into the left arm, but specifically you also get associated nausea, vomiting that we mentioned, and sometimes even a bit of dizziness that can accompany that with the fluctuations. But
Oh, gentlemen, thank you so much. It's just hit me that I had a gent on a plane trip coming back from Madrid who experienced all of these symptoms, and everyone thought he just had an upset stomach, and I'm actually now convinced that this man was having a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
Scary, scary stuff, but hopefully we've given you enough tools and information now to identify and some of those precursors and the misconceptions as well, but most importantly, just live a healthy, balanced life.
Absolutely.
Look out for your body, what you're eating, what you're putting into it, and what you're doing to yourself, and you're well on your way.
And we move from chatting about the heart to chatting about the skin on this beautiful Health Tuesday on your Feel Good Breakfast show. The truth is, it can be challenging giving your skin the right care that it needs, especially for those with dry skin conditions such as eczema. But here's the thing, more than a third of our population, they suffer from eczema, resulting in issues such as dry, cracking skin and inflammation as well. Now, this is why Dexerel is an important weapon for when fighting dry skin and eczema becomes necessary. Now, we chat to Ismail Desai. He's the original sales manager at Adcock Ingram over the counter with the perfect solution. Ismail, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
I've had such an insightful time just chatting to you a bit now about different types of skin conditions, but also just the intervention of Dexerel.
Yes.
But I think let's start here. Dexerel has a tagline that says, "Evidence makes us." What does this mean?
Okay, so if you look at at Dexrol and you look at the tagline, evidence makes us, we've got about 20 years of expertise in research and development with regard to treating dry skin. As a result of that, we use that tagline to say that we have the evidence to back us up in terms of that product.
And nothing beats experience.
Nah, nothing
Certainly
at all.
in your case, nothing beats the evidence.
For sure.
So what is the Zare Africa study? I mean, you mentioned it a bit earlier on to me, and we were just chatting about it. What is it, and why is it so important?
Okay, so Zare Africa is the first time, let's go one step back to say, what is xerosis? Xerosis is the study of or treatment of dry skin. So Zare Africa was the first ever study done here in sub-Saharan Africa, looking at the African skin and the African climate, and then seeing how an emollient cream such as Dexrol would have an impact on that. And what was amazing is that we found that in the Zare Africa study, we reduced the symptoms of dry skin and xerosis by almost 80%.
Wow.
So that's amazing when it comes to the kind of results that we were looking for.
It's a breakthrough.
And it brings us back to the idea that, you know, evidence makes us.
Yes.
So we have the evidence to say that if we use Dexrol emollient creams, we're going to have that impact on our patients.
And that's the beauty of it, Ismail, is that you spend quite a considerable amount of time, or an incredible amount of time doing research and making sure that you're honing directly into the type of skins that you are dealing with. And particularly when we talk about skins here in sub-Saharan Africa, is that our conditions are so different from anywhere else.
Exactly. I mean, just moving from the Western Cape to the inland areas, even there's a huge difference in climatic environment. So for sure, it is it's a great advantage to have that study.
And it's finding and being able to produce the right product that then answers those questions.
That's right.
Now, the most common dry, I suppose, skin condition is dry skin or dry skin condition, eczema. Everyone is going on about it these days, which commonly affects children younger than 5 years, but of course the onset can be sort of any age. Tell us about the key essential ingredients within Dexrol that really make it the perfect product to use for someone with eczema.
Well, what's unique about Dexrol is that, first of all, we don't have any of these fragrances and lanolin, etc., because those are the things that can have an impact in terms of exacerbating certain skin conditions. So instead, what we have in Dexrol, the key ingredients, glycerol, soft white paraffin, and liquid paraffin. All three of those have an advantage in terms of how they work. Now, more importantly than that is that if you look at glycerol, we've got about 15% glycerol. And generally, emollients that are out there in the marketplace today usually have around 5 to 8%. So the increased amount of glycerol means that your skin is able to retain much more water and moisture. Exactly. So then you have the liquid paraffin and the soft white paraffin, which forms that sort of layer that prevents you from losing any of that.
I love it. I love it. We spoke about the different sort of conditions that we're faced with, even just in South Africa. Considering that the South African weather climate is its own sort of beast, what makes Dexrol products the perfect cream for people living in South Africa, besides the fact that you have the evidence to back it?
Well, the ease of use, for one. I mean, you use it in the morning, use it in the evening, perfect. The other thing is you have a cleanser that goes with the emollient cream. So again, you're not using any harsh soaps on your skin to dry it out, because that can have that impact. Further to that, what's nice about Dexrol is that you can apply it on your skin and you don't feel this oily residue. I don't know if it's almost like when somebody talks about paraffin you are automatically thinking oily, greasy, almost like you feel a layer. But if you use Dexrol, you'll find that there's that sensation of that layer of your skin is not there.
Which speaks to the fact that it absorbs into your skin, which is what we need.
And that's what we need.
Ismail, you and I, when it comes to skin, we can sit here and speak all morning, but thank you so much for joining us. This is such an incredible product. I have been using the cleanser, and the difference is incredible, especially for someone like me who constantly has makeup on my face. The fact that it just takes the pressure off my skin is amazing.
It does.
Thank you very, very much. Well, it looks amazing, it sounds amazing, but it's also available at all leading retail pharmacies without prescription. You can walk in and walk out with it. And we're giving you the chance to win a Dexrol product hamper to the value of 2,000 Rand. All you have to do is SMS the keyword skincare to 33728. That's skincare to 33728, and you could be our lucky winner. Remember that SMSs will cost you 1 R1.50. No no free SMSs apply, and the T's and C's, you can find them on expressoshow.com. Go and find them.
Dexeril is a complete dryness soothing and protection system, safe for daily use and suitable for all dry skin. Dry skin protection for the whole family.
It's almost here. Travel Start's Black Friday flight sale goes live the 29th of November, but Expresso's giving you a sneak peek on the 26th. Your scoop on the cheapest Black Friday flights, favorite destinations, local and international, plus discounts on our trusty flight booking app Flap. Get a head start on the 26th of November as Expresso previews Travel Start's Black Friday flight sale.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso, and of course, there is no escaping it. Black Friday is here. Now, get this. According to a global survey, 66% of South Africans will be participating in Black Friday this year. The majority opting to both shop online and in-store with some crazy, crazy deals. In fact, I've heard that along with Spain, South Africa has embraced Black Friday more than any other country in the world, guys. There is something about it that we love. But of course, there is not just products in the offering, but you could actually score money. You could be getting the money this Black Friday. And here to tell us how is our friend from Nedbank, Desmond Osman. Des, looking sharp today. Always so cool to connect with you, man. Especially when you bring us money. We love that. No, everyone is offering something on Black Friday. In fact, you'd be silly not to capitalize on this upswing. Markets are primed to spend money, but you guys are getting involved in a very different way.
100%. We are a bank. We are a retail bank, but you know what, for us, it's a little bit less that you should shop. We want to give you some cash back so you can shop better.
Yes, man.
Yeah?
How are you offering money in this case? Because I know we've touched on it over the last week, but how is Nedbank giving us the cash back?
All right, great. We just want to find a way to make Black Friday a little bit more rewarding for South Africans. So we thought to ourselves, what could we give as a bank? We could give our great products, but give them to clients with a little bit of an incentive, a little bit of a cash back.
Nice.
So less of the banking hustle, because, hey, we all know that banking is a little bit of a hassle, but how can we give you some cash back? Switch to Nedbank during this month of November, limited offer only, and you could get up to 3,000 Rand back into your pocket. How does that sound?
Very nice, but I'm already a Nedbank account holder, so what do? Do I have to like open another Nedbank account? How do I score there? No, I love the sound of that, and it is. I think we often lose sight of the fact that, yes, they're great deals, but you need to be protecting your money and thinking consciously about that over this time, probably more now than ever. Great travel deals. A lot of our travel partners have been delving into that. We know that you guys have often been connected to great travel experiences. How can we score on the travel front this Black Friday?
So travel is huge for us, and especially for yourself, who is already a Nedbank customer.
Nice.
You could get up to 35% on all flights.
Wow.
Including international flights. And only this month, 60% off on holiday stays at Sun International. How does that sound? Plus, I even have one that you might be able to really love. Do you have a credit card with Nedbank?
I do.
You do? Graham, you're
Come on,
kidding
but
me.
you know, when you say this now, I have to score, dude.
I'm going to find you a score. I'm going to find your score. Let me go to, okay, credit card. If you take up a credit card with us during this month, yeah, you could share in 200,000 Rand in prices. All you need to do is use your credit card to the value of 2,500 Rand a month, and we will pay you back 500 Rand every time you use.
Wow.
How's that?
I could travel with that.
And that actually, even if you already have a credit card, just use up to 2,500 Rand a month and you could score yourself 500 Rand back.
I absolutely love that. So let's take it a step further and let's invest. Let's invest in ourselves this Black Friday. How are you making it possible?
All right, so investment is huge. And I've always said to guys, if you're going to take advantage of Black Friday, always get the thing that you wanted to get anyway. Yeah. How about putting some money aside for it and saying, this is my Black Friday pocket.
Okay, cool. I love that,
yeah. If I start saving now, in 12 months, I'm going to get this money ready and I'm actually going to get X on Black Friday. But to make that even sweeter for you, we are giving you a limited investment offer of 8.3%, only available from the 29th to the 5th.
Okay.
That means if you were to put away 1,000 Rand a month on our 12-month fixed deposit, 8.3% of that sees you walking away with at least 85 Rand every month.
Wow.
Every month. You could walk away with easily 1,800 Rand by the close of your term.
And keep upping it, keep upping it, keep upping it. I love that. And you've extended. I like the fact that you've turned Black Friday into a Black long weekend.
There we go.
We made it just a little bit longer. I'm going to ask you because I think ultimately we want people to spend safely. We want people to be, as I said earlier, conscious about how they are looking after their money. We work hard for it.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe there's that thing that you really want, but you've got to protect yourself. So what advice do you have for people this Black Friday from a bank's perspective?
So from a bank's perspective, it's always go online, because we've seen what happens in Black Friday. We've seen the masses in the streets. We've seen what happens to stores. We've seen an uproar when it comes to criminal activity. Go online, but be safe online. Make sure that you have your phone in your card. Make sure that you are not using links, but you are using trustworthy websites. And if an offer online seems too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. Please be safe. Do not share your PIN. Never share your PIN with somebody else.
Should never need.
You do the shopping, and always approve every transaction. Never get cited out, yeah? Another thing that we love about our new cards these days, and the ability to store your card on your phone by using the Nedbank Money app, is that you don't have to hand your card over anymore. Remember those days when you handed a card over and somebody said, oh, let me quickly clean this for you and I'll bring it back. Don't do that. Rather tap your card, put in your number, or insert your card yourself, put in your number. The handing over of a card, we found that at least easily over 800 million Rand is lost in fraud of just, I've handed my card over, somebody has taken my card.
And they're pretty
They've now
slick
skimmed
as well,
my card, brought it back to me. So please be diligent. We beg and we say, enjoy Black Friday, but enjoy it with your eyes wide open.
Yep, be responsible. Treat yourself, but do it in a conscious manner. Des, thank you so much. A range of ways that we can score this Black Friday. It's not all about giving your money away, but maybe getting a little bit of cash back yourself. I love that. So go and invest in yourself this Black Friday. Nedbank.co.za/Black Friday is where you can pick up on all of these limited but very exclusive offers courtesy of Nedbank. And remember, pay it safe this Black Friday. That's the most important thing.
It's just gone after 8 o'clock. Time for us to take a look at those news headlines. President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday launched the 16 days of activism for no violence against women and children at Lephalale in Limpopo. This, a few hours prior to that, a Capricorn TVET college student was brutally stabbed to death in her room in Mokomene, some 300 kilometers from where he spoke. Eskom has warned that it will begin regular scheduled interruptions to 3 municipalities in the Free State, including the Mangaung Metropolitan Municipality, where Bloemfontein is, unless it gets paid for the provision of electricity. In international news, protesters in the DRC have stormed a United Nations peacekeepers camp and burnt down a town hall which housed a mayor's office. They are angry about what they see as the failure of authorities to deal with an armed Islamist group which has killed dozens of people in the region. And finally, pigeons have been accused of many things, but patriotism isn't one of them. According to the Canberra Times, a puppy pinching
pigeon was caught pilfering red-coloured puppies from the tomb of the unknown soldier at the Australian War Memorial in the capital, Canberra, and repurposing them to build a very bright nest. The pigeon piled the puppies under a stained glass window. Not the best place to hide a colourful thing or item that you've stolen. The pigeon was caught in the act ahead of Remembrance Day in Australia. Marked each November the 11th, Remembrance Day commemorates Australian soldiers who died in armed conflict, and red puppies are worn and placed at memorials to remember and honour their sacrifice. And now a patriotic pigeon is part of the tradition as well. That's where we leave it for this morning. Here's Graham with a final look at your sports.
Thank you so much, T. Let's dive right in with rugby. Former Springbok and veteran prop Yanni du Plessis will make his return to the Super Rugby competition when he joins the Lions next year. That, of course, coming from Montpellier in France. On the footballing front, Banyana and coach Desiree Ellis have been nominated for top awards. The Confederation of African Football has released the list of nominees for the 28th edition of its annual football awards. South Africa's Banyana have been nominated for the CAF Women's Team of the Year, and their coach Desiree has been nominated for the Women's Coach of the Year award. Congratulations all round. And staying with football news, it's now been confirmed that Man City star forward Sergio Aguero, he'll be out for a few weeks now after suffering a thigh injury. That, of course, in his team's 2-1 win over Chelsea at the Etihad Stadium over the weekend. And that's a wrap of your sport for this Tuesday morning.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Let's take a final look at what's happening on the road. Starting off in Gauteng Primrose, there's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N12 westbound after Craft Road. Now, one lane is blocked and causing delays, so please do keep a lookout for this morning. In the Western Cape, Plateau Kloof Glen on the N1 Service Road, there has been an accident before the N7 obstructing the left lane. Heavy delays can be expected towards Century City, so please approach with caution. And on the Metrorail Central Line, the Chris Hani and Captain's Clip train service remains suspended due to a couple of incidents causing extensive damage to essential infrastructure. Now, technical teams are working around the clock to repair and replace several kilometers of overhead wire, and the estimate date of resumption of service is not yet confirmed. And that's where we leave your traffic this morning. Let's take a look at the weather with Kutle.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Let's have the last look at your weather this morning. We've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Thank you to our regular photographer, Ndokozo Makatini, for your blue skyline from Johannesburg, and another regular, Gary Ukam, for your incredible sunrise picture from East London, as well as Fatha Khan for your amazing sunrise picture from Richards Bay, and lastly, Sam Cross for your spectacular sunrise from Durban. Now let's have a look at the rest of the country. Thunderstorms can be expected for Polokwane at a low of 17 and maximum of 28 degrees. Occasional rain for Mbombela with temperatures ranging from 19 to 26 degrees. And in Pretoria, it's a partly cloudy day with a low of 18 and a maximum of 32. Northwesterly winds of 11 kilometers an hour in Johannesburg, with a low of 15 and a maximum of 30 degrees. Mahikeng, 20 to 35 degrees. Klerksdorp, 18 and 35 degrees. Plenty of sunshine for Kimberley at 17 with a maximum of 36 degrees. Bloemfontein, a maximum of 35 degrees and a low of 13. Richards Bay, 18, 29, and high humidity for Pietermaritzburg at 16 with a maximum of 27 degrees, as well as Durban with a low of 20 and a high of 27 degrees. In Tata, it's a sunny day with a low of 12 degrees and a high of 31. Clear skies for East London with a low of 26 and a maximum of 25. Cradock, 10 degrees and a maximum of 36. Southwesterly wind of 18 kilometers an hour in Port Elizabeth with a low of 14 and a high of 25. George, 13, 25, and the lowest temperature in the country, Sutherland, with a low of 10 and a maximum of 31. And in Cape Town, the mother city, a low of 15 and a high of 25. And Worcester with a maximum of 36 and a minimum of 14 degrees. And Springbok, 19, 38 degrees, and the highest temperature in the country, Uppington, with a low of 19 and a maximum of 39. Wherever you are, whatever the weather, please make sure to have yourselves an absolutely amazing day.
Well, your Feel Good Breakfast show continues. Thank you so much, Kuhle. Now, nominated for 4 Fleur de Cap Awards, Mark Lottering smash hit show, Auntie Mel, the musical. It's enjoyed 4 critically acclaimed seasons. I mean, it's been running for a while and done so well each time. You can expect high drama as a vibrant cast and live band take to the stage for the much-anticipated sequel, Auntie Mel, It's a Girl, because Mark Lottering, Julian Place, Rishni Ferguson, Sizwe Sandile Mnisi, Anzio September, they join us this morning to tell us why we can expect all of that and more. So, ladies and gents, a big, warm Expresso welcome to Auntie Mel and the gang. Love it.
There's a bit of space there between you. Are you that untouchable superstar? There we go, Jules.
We had a fight last night because he keeps asking for a lift and I'm still waiting for petrol money.
I thought you said a raise. I was going to, okay.
No, a lift.
You guys must feel like family. So first of all, congratulations on all of the success. You've created something truly remarkable here, which is amazing. Was there always going to be this extension? When you created Auntie, was this always a long-term project where you thought you were going to delve into the next generation and the next generation? Was the sequel always on the cards?
No, not at all, because when I created the character many years ago, you know, it was in the context of a one-man show. So the unfortunate thing now is that I have to share money. So the vision was never to have these people take some of that. But I've always loved plays. I've always loved musicals, and part of my dream has been to write for other people as well. So this is all coming together. It's you know, it's just part of what I've always wanted to do. So I'm in a bit of disbelief.
Yeah.
That it's all happening and that we're doing a sequel.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a wow thing for me.
It is a wow thing for us as well. And I'm looking at this incredible cast of people. I mean, I've seen them perform and rehearse here. But I'm thinking to myself, you've had the first one, which ran for 3 sold-out seasons, which is just incredible on its own. Did you ever feel the pressure to that this one's got to be good, if not better? Like, are you feeling any anxiety around that?
So much pressure, because we were chatting in the car this morning, because again I gave Jules a lift to here.
Jules, you're going to have to start paying for this. It's a long way to Uber, man. It's a long way to Uber.
What are we going to talk about now? So, you know, because I'm a comedian, so being in a rehearsal room for 5 weeks and trying, and, you know, the script is all the new material. We hear it every day, so nobody's laughing. Nobody's going, oh, wow, this person's got an amazing voice, or that's funny. So
no one's stroking your ego.
The self-doubt creeps in.
Yeah.
And you go, this is actually a terrible story. This is actually not going to work. What was I thinking? We have the same director, Lara Foot, and she had the same kind of, she was also anxious because we've got such a loyal following with the show and the character, so we didn't want to let people down. But we've had our first 3 or 4 audiences in, and is standing ovations hyphenated? I never know. Anyway, we had those.
Okay, well, that is...
It might just be people who are uncomfortable and restless and they just wanting to... Are you sure they weren't walking out? Or they... No, I really am playing. Jules, so set the scene here. What is this? It's a girl. What's the storyline? Without giving too much away, what's the shift in the narrative?
So the story is, the first one, from what I remember, is about Alan and Abigail falling in love. Alan, guy from Bantry Bay, and Abigail, a girl from Athlone. And in this plot, they are trying to have a baby. And all the complications that go around that start to follow.
And Auntie Mel's very excited because she says Athlone needs a royal baby.
Auntie wants to be a granny.
Yes, yes.
Things need to change.
Yeah, so of course there's always drama with these things. And Rishni and Jules, who play, Rishni plays Mel's daughter, because as you can see, you know, she's gorgeous, so we had to obviously go believability.
Okay.
So,
All right.
and,
There's a compliment in there somewhere.
so that's the premise of the story. And yeah, it's so difficult to talk about it because it's so easy to give stuff away.
So now we get moving from a one-man type, stand-up type of shows format to now having a full cast like this must have been quite an adjustment for you, but also for you guys, I suppose, working with someone who's been doing one-man shows for so long. I mean, tell me, guys, has it felt like he's too used to being by himself and he doesn't want you guys around?
Not even. Not at all. Not at all.
Wow, guys, getting paid.
In the company, we've built sort of a loving community, and Mark is a team player, so
nice.
yeah.
You guys sound amazing, and we're going to get a taste of the musical prowess of the show in just a moment. But and I'll put this to all of you: do you feel the pressure to be funny when you're delivering his material? When you're there to sing, you're there to perform. Do you feel the comedic pressure? That was a deep breath. That was a very deep breath.
When you are standing next to Mark Lottering, people expect you to be funny.
Yeah.
They expect, they wonder what is going to come out of her mouth. And if it's not funny, they kind of go, ooh.
But also there's a security in Mark's writing as well. As performers, like, you can just trust Mark's material as well. Like every time, like there were so many moments in the rehearsal room where I wasn't sure. There was this one joke in the play that I was really not sure about. I was like, God, I just don't know if I can do this. And Mark was like, the joke works. It will work. Sweet. And then during a preview the other night, it worked. And
about when in the play does the joke come in?
There are so many.
There are so many.
There's so many.
The play's got one joke, right? When is so much? 20 to 9. Wow.
Julian, you've earned yourself a lifetime's worth of lifts just after that last performance. Well done. But of course, if you'd like to see Mark and his team pull off another stellar hit musical of Auntie Mel, It's a Girl, all you have to do is SMS the keyword WIN to 33728. Each SMS will cost you R1.50. No free SMSs apply. The competition will end on the 29th of November. Go on expressoshow.com for all the T's and C's. They're here. They're going nowhere. We'll see them just after this.
Apply for your American Express Gold or Platinum card and get 20% off your food bill, or a complimentary appetizer, or a free bottle of wine every time you use your card at participating taste restaurants around the country. Apply now at americanexpress.co.za.
You should never doubt my love. You should know after all said and done, I'm here for better or worse. I'll be here like the rising sun. Boy, you stole my heart. You said we'd never part, brought my soul sweet relief.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstar.co.za.
Welcome back. You are live with Expresso. It has been an awesome day, so thank you so much for tuning in, having a lot of fun. Of course, with Mark Lottering and the cast of Auntie Merle, It's a Girl. They'll be performing in just a moment, but lest we forget, Black Friday is looming. Oh, man. If you are always on the lookout for the flight side of life, you can score huge savings with Travelstar's Black Friday sale, the 29th of November. Stakes are pretty high, and your favorite destinations are waiting. Jerome Tours and Travel Starts Managing, he is, of course, Travel Starts Managing Director, and Linda Balm, a balm to our souls, Senior Commercial Manager, now join us in studio to get ready to mark our calendars, set our alarms, hustle to find all the best deals in one convenient place. And the deals, dare I say, are ridiculous, guys.
Yeah,
Some
look,
of the
obviously,
deals are
not reveal
silly.
too much. No, but, you know.
Yeah, no,
Bad.
it's silly. It actually is. It gives me a bit of a stomach ache thinking about it, because the angst I feel on wanting to get in on the
I
opportunity.
mean, you've been waiting for this for a year, haven't you?
I have,
You've asked me about this every day for a year.
It's been holding it back.
Yeah.
And it really is big. So I'm going to open this up and say, how do we get involved, guys?
Well, so we're going to have a series of promotional activities between now and Friday, where users will be essentially given some discount codes. And this year we're going big. I think we're going up to 1,500 Rand of discounts on flights. We've got hotels, loads of products that you can also get on your flights. So I think this Friday is going to be a big one. So you don't want to be missing out.
Party of the year.
Definitely not missing out.
No, you're not going to miss out. And can I give you some hot tips? Because I feel you need them. I feel you need them, and we're here to help. But this is how you're going to this is how you need to get involved. Okay, you don't want to be messing around on Black Friday morning going, where do we want to travel to this year? You're going to think of your top 3 destinations. You're going to know your budget. You're going to give us some flexible dates.
Okay.
And so that you get that in your mind. So when you hit that website, early bird catches the worm and all, you are going to get the deal you're looking for. Okay. Flexibility.
Okay, so the key is to be flexible, because if you're willing to push it out a day, you might score up to.
You might score.
Exactly.
Just might.
Yeah.
Are there exclusive cities, both domestic and international flights, that this applies to?
So the discounts will be available across all destinations, all airlines. Of course, we're going to have some exclusive with certain airlines, which we can't reveal just yet, and they will come with their own terms and conditions. But we want to make it easy for everyone. For those that are obviously more basic fares, we're going to literally apply the discounts, and that will be applicable at all days of travel, whether December or 2020 and onwards.
You mentioned vouchers. Can you use them on Flap?
Look, you can. You can use them on Flap. I mean, did I mention our awesome bus platform that we've got now? You can throw that on buses. You can put it on hotels.
Yeah, we just launched buses last week. Actually,
it's a little bit epic. It's a little bit epic. You can, I mean, I don't want to be funny, but you get even more vouchers. If you book an Avis car rental, you get 400 Rands worth of vouchers to use on future bookings with Travel Style. I mean, seriously. Can I also just highlight one thing?
Yeah.
So, you know, already now we're thinking, how do we get the best travel deals? We must go to this website, this website. No, guys, no. One platform, all travel deals. So if you want the cheapest travel deals in the country, you just go on one platform and you find it all.
I'm so glad you're saying that, because I always think of it as flights. I mean, that's always the thing that comes to mind. But you guys have been inspiring us over the last few weeks to get out and explore South Africa, do things differently. There are packages, partnerships there that you might not even have dreamt of.
1,000 Rand of Thailand. Hint, hint. Can't say much more. 1,000 Rand of Thailand.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm planning on going home for Christmas, Port Elizabeth, but then now, are there specific dates that we can book for using this special?
Yeah, so look, as I mentioned earlier on, so you can, there's going to be a lot of airlines. You can literally go on a website on Friday, apply the discount code, and you're going to be able to recuperate between now and Friday, and, you know, pick your dates and just apply the discount code. So whether it's for Christmas or just before. There will be some restrictions on some, but it's going to be, as Linda mentioned, a bit of a first come, first serve, so make sure that you get the deals early. Yeah.
And what I would, just on your Port Elizabeth desire, okay, so we know, like, I'm all about this life. But, okay, if you can get as Jerome said, you can apply the discount code. But, my friend, we are not going to leave it until 3 days before Christmas, you know, again.
Yes.
So a lot of the exclusive deals are going to be available to everyone, I would say more 2020, after the crazy Christmas festive season. So don't, I suppose, say, I just want to say, don't expect a brilliant exclusive deal over December, or certainly mid-December, early Jan. Get planning and get in think to yourself, okay, this exclusive is coming after Jan, let me get into that.
December is a tough time because of availability also.
Yeah.
There's a scarcity of inventory.
I mean, just go and try and book a flight now, regardless.
The earlier the
See if
better.
you can find something
But you can add your promo code and boom, it's cheaper.
And crushed it. If you could offer one piece of advice, I think for me the adaptability is a big thing.
Flexibility, yeah, 100%, definitely.
That is big, and also know what you want before Black Friday. Like, you don't want to waste time.
Because it'll be bewildering. There's so many opportunities there.
And also this year we're going to be doing something a little bit different, where we used to open the doors around the 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock time frame for people to come into the website and get those deals. We're going to try this year to do it literally 1 second past midnight. So for those of you that are up at night, you know,
and let's be
early in the morning,
you guys are.
So that would be another piece of advice, you know, if you want to get to bed a bit later and just scout the deals and get them in early. Definitely. Yeah.
And do it. And when I say ridiculous, I mean there are some ridiculous offers, guys. Thank you so much. I know this is probably the busiest time of the year.
Thank you for having
so
us.
good luck with the craziness and enjoy it. I don't know why you're even talking about this. Come back from Mauritius. But,
she doesn't need a holiday anymore.
No, exactly, man. But you can start dreaming about what you're going to do next year. Travel starts Black Friday. Flight sale is here on the 29th of November at midnight. Get on it. Don't miss out on some of the cheapest flight offers that you will ever score. And we're bringing you your favorite destinations. These sweet deals won't be around for very long. Trust me. So for that gateway this Black Friday, it's a step in the flight direction.
Oh, go, brother, go!
Turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstar.co.za.
So on Friday, Black Friday launches, but also Auntie Mel, It's a Girl hits the theatre. Baxter Theatre tickets from 125 Rand on web tickets. But of course, you can still win them here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. The details to the competition on Facebook. Performing and giving us a bit of a taster of what to expect on Friday at Baxter. It's called The Cutest Thief. Take it away, guys.
Thank you.
You should never doubt my love. You should know after all said and done, I'm here for better or worse. I'll be here like the rising sun. Boy, you stole my heart. You said we'd never part, brought my soul sweet relief. I think I caught the cutest thief.
Sometimes when I'm a mess, your eyes tell me I am the best. When I think I deserve less, you love more than I could hope for. Boy, you stole my heart. You said we'd never part, brought my soul sweet relief. I think I caught the cutest thief. Boy, you stole my heart. You said we'd never part, brought my soul sweet relief. I think I caught the cutest thief.
No, 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 I've caught the cutest thief.
And we have the cutest duo. Whoa, well done, guys. Just a bit of a teaser what to expect from Auntie Mel, It's a Girl. It hits the stage at the Baxter Theatre this Friday, the 29th. Of course, you can get those tickets on web tickets. You stand a chance to win them here on Expresso by SMSing WIN to 33728. It's, of course, exclusive to people living in Cape Town and get to Baxter. That was amazing, guys. You're not going anywhere just yet, you cutest thieves, because we want to hear and see some more. And we'll catch you after this.
Oh, you can make my day.
Support Crush in giving away another 20,000 pairs of school shoes to children in need. Buy a Crush, dial the number on the pack, and stand the chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand. Hashtag share the goodness. Made with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Zasco, baking together since 1930.
Oh, welcome back to it. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live on SABC3. Thank you so much for choosing to start this beautiful Tuesday morning off on the right note. Now, we all know that there is nothing like fresh baked bread, nothing in the world. And someone who's passionate about real bread is Jenny Morris. She wants to share her Italian bread tart recipe. And if you'd like to learn some baking tips from Jenny Morris herself, this Saturday, the 30th of November, your time is then. Visit our Facebook page, like and comment on the Zasco competition post telling us why you would like to attend and learn from the best. Let's get baking. Jenny Morris, so good to see you. Once again, wow, you've brought a whole spread of things and the smell of baked goods just gets me going. So what are we doing?
So you're going to quickly, you're doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4 cups.
I'm doing
Get it in there.
How much of it?
4 cups.
Okay.
4 cups. It's
All right.
as easy as that.
Is this how you operate in your kitchen, Jenny
And
Morris?
I'm doing that because we're going to
and
stir
just
and
like
mix.
shout orders from the corner.
Of course, I'm the queen. I'm the mama.
Yeah, okay, so 4 cups of our Zasco
flour.
cake wheat flour.
We have some salt. We have 2 teaspoons of salt, and we have just 4 teaspoons. Give that a stir, my sweetheart.
I like how you throw in the sugar and the salt with so much flair, Jenny. It just...
You've got to do it.
It tells me the taste to expect from this bread, okay?
And then now everything's beautifully mixed and incorporated. This is at room temperature.
Water.
Yes,
Okay.
water. Go stir, stir, stir. Here's some
And then
oil.
what is this?
That's oil, darling.
Oh, okay, oil.
Oil. You can use
Okay.
melted butter.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to just keep doing that. Stir
With
like crazy, boy.
Room temperature water.
Yes.
Okay, stir, stir, stir.
But I'm going to take you out of your misery now. I've already made one.
Thanks,
Look
Jenny.
at Mama.
You see, that's what I like about you, is that you always do a bit of a trick, but the solution is never too far from us.
never
Okay, cool.
too
So that's already pre-mixed for us.
Flour, give me a little bit of flour, my darling.
Okay.
You see, this is like speed dating. I want to show you that you
What do
can
you
make
want?
bread. Yes, just throw a tiny little bit onto that.
Little
That
bit.
you
What's
can-
this for? Why are we doing this?
Because I don't want my roller to stick, okay? Give me a tiny little drop there.
A little bit more.
And I will do that. And now you're going to give me the pressure of your body. You're going to go.
Okay,
and
like
push
from
down.
your shoulders, from
Oh,
your back?
honey, you
or-
just
okay,
keep
let's do
rubbing
it,
my
let's do it.
back. I'm
Okay,
like,
cool.
how
And
can a girl
pressure.
get so lucky?
Well, listen, we are making use of the Zasco wheat flour, this cake wheat flour, the pressure of my body on Jenny. But this recipe, it showcases how traditional dishes and recipes can receive a twist to make them exciting again. And what we're doing is we're giving 10 lucky Expresso viewers a chance to win 2 tickets to a morning of baking with Jenny Morris. Don't worry, you're not going to be expected to use the pressure of your body on her. But it's happening on Saturday, the 30th of November at Jenny's cooking school. It's called the Chef's Playground. It's here in Cape Town. Now, what she'll be doing is absolutely incredible. She's going to be teaching you how to get the best dough using Zasco flour. Because people think making dough is easy until they have to make it and then they mess it up all the time.
Well, Zasco makes it easy with me behind it.
Exactly. Well, the keyword to this recipe, if you want to get this on your phone, SMS Zasco to 33728. We will absolutely gladly send you an SMS with a link to the recipe. So what are you doing there?
I'm doing something a little bit different. Normally people would make a tart with pastry. So we're using bread dough.
Yeah.
Okay, so now push your fingers, darling. Push this all up the sides for me.
Okay.
And then we're going to just put some really delicious ricotta. Let's prick a hole in the bottom.
Wait, yeah. I can use my fingers for that.
No, you don't have nails. You've made a hole in the bottom. Close that hole.
Okay.
That's my child.
That keyword once again, Sasko, to 33728, and we'll send you an SMS for you to get your hands on this recipe. And of course, that chance to win tickets, 2 tickets to go be interacting with Jenny Morris at her cooking school out here in Cape Town, the Chef's Playground. Those tickets are up for grabs as well, and you can get them on our Facebook page. I can see some cherry tomatoes going in there.
Absolutely.
Is that garlic I smell, Jenny?
I hope it's not my breath. No, it's in the tart.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
This is a little bocconcini. These are those beautiful little
nice.
mozzarella balls. You can put it underneath, you can put it inside, you can put it on top. It's going to melt and do its little thing.
I can imagine this after it's been baked. Can you
delicious.
imagine all those flavors just
Voluptuous.
merging into each other? Look at the flair, the Jenny Morris flair. I
Shall
love
we do
it.
that? A little bit of that. And of course, I'm going to teach my child to clean up after me.
I can see I've got my work cut out for me here, but
You'll
that's the
make a
nice
good
thing about
husband.
baking is that you do get your hands dirty. Some people's hands more dirtier than the others, but at the end of the day, if your hands are not dirty, then the baking is probably not going to be nice either. But listen, that keyword once again is Sasko to 33728. What are we calling this, my dear Jenny?
Let's call it our Expresso. No, it's a Sasko Italian tart.
Oh, it's going to come out looking amazing. Do you see what that's looking like? But of course, this Saturday, the 30th of November, Jenny Morris, she will host 10 lucky viewers and their partners of choice to Jenny's cooking school in Cape Town. It's called the Chef's Playground, where she will teach you how to get the best dough using Sasko flour. Now, to enter, what you need to do is comment on the Expresso Facebook page, telling us why you want to take part in this. Is there a specific occasion coming up and you want to make sure you arrive and show up for it? Let us know and you stand a chance to win. And T's and C's do apply. You can find those on expressoshow.com. Love you, Jenny.
I love you more. Just listen to my tart base. This will never, ever get a soggy bottom.
Sasko, baking together since 1930.
That looks absolutely delicious. And I mean, by now I'm pretty sure that, food is our favorite topic. And tonight, the 3rd serving of the reality foodie and lifestyle competition, the Taste Master, is being dished up tonight at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3. If you don't know, this brand new SABC3 competition is hot on the trail to find Afternoon Express's new resident foodie to join hosts Balesa Tembe and Jeannie D.
Listen, I've become so invested. I'm obsessed. I'm literally counting down the moments to tonight because it's amazing. Like, honestly, it is one of those shows where you get so invested, and whenever they get voted off, and I'm like, no, my favorite. It's like presenter search, but it's really not. Now it is amazing. Do you have any favorites yet?
So I will watch it for the first time tonight.
You are going to lie there. I see you. And it sounds okay. No, I really, because I met them the day that they came in. I actually met them. So they were so amazing, and they're so comfortable, and they joined Zola Nene, Chef Garniki, and then Harmony, and Harmony's voice is just like, hello. And then, of course, we also spoke about, yesterday we spoke about the Oraniezag farm market, Oraniezag market, and they'll be there tomorrow evening, so make sure that you do go catch them there. Tomorrow night they'll be doing their live demonstration of their foodies and competing with other stalls to make sure that they delivered amazing food. But yeah, I'm very excited.
I'm very excited also more specifically for tonight's episode, as the remaining 6 contestants get paired off with each other as they head to the Nedbank Golf Challenge and prepare hosting seating for 10 guests. Now, the owner of Popular Steakhouse, the local grill, Steve, joins Zuzola, Nene and Greg as the guest judge so that to make sure, you get a seat at the table.
Absolutely. Now, if you would like the chance to see the contestants in action in the flesh, then make sure to head down to the Oraniezag City Farm Night Market tomorrow from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. where they'll be challenged to run their own stalls and taste the experience for themselves. Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Absolutely amazing, man.
And then, of course,
Yeah, don't forget that the Taste Master, in association with Stella, is
It's like a...
is running an exciting competition to win a trip for 2 to the beautiful Belgium. So make sure you enter and find out all the details on the Taste tastemaster.co.za. Right now, though, we're going to take a quick break and taste what Utabiso made in the kitchen.
Science reaches for the truth. It works for the big and small, for the old and young. And with knowledge as our first ingredient, science is at the heart of our food. For differences you can see, feel, and trust. It all starts with science.
What it is that you have my love. I don't wanna lose you. Please tell me, am I enough? I'm right by your side, where I want to be. So look in my eyes and say you won't leave. It is what it is, and what it is love. Was I to know it would come to this, this could change what we have. What we have is much more than this moment has brought to our door. I'm right by your side, where I want to be. So look in my eyes and say you won't leave it.
Just a little bit more.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstar.co.za.
Welcome back to it. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. Now, holiday season and a highly anticipated event on every savvy shopper's calendar. It's easier to get your hands on the best Black Friday deals than you actually might think. Linda Baum, Travelstar Senior Commercial Manager, she's back on the couch to give us the scoop on how we can score huge savings with Travelstar's Black Friday sale, which starts the 29th of November, which is this Friday. Stakes are high, let's be honest, and your favorite destinations are waiting for you to embark on them.
Bring it
Linda, the festive season, it is upon us. It's my favorite time.
It is our favorite time.
Holiday season.
Holiday season.
You want to travel home. You want to see the family.
Yeah.
What domestic flights can you take on that are on Travelstar?
Okay, so seriously, is this not, as you said, it's a great time of the year. It is the best time of the year.
Yeah.
So we're going to make it even better,
Okay.
So that's our deal to you.
Yeah.
So everywhere, I mean, you go open your email
Yeah.
and what do you see? Black Friday, Black
Yeah.
Friday. Ignore them all, just go straight to the Black Friday sale.
Ignore them all, yeah.
Except for Black Friday. If you see, like, just put in search Black Friday.
You'll see it.
And you'll get all the best travel deals in the country on one platform. So you don't have to go to all the other airlines or anywhere else, just go to one. And then you put your little, you put your desired dates in.
Yeah.
And any flight,
Yeah.
we'll supply you with a discount code,
Yeah.
and you can discount, and you just watch the prices fall when you put that code in. To anyway.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it, is that's one of the best things about Travelstar as the platform is that you go on there without having to compare 10 other things and opening multiple tabs. It's going on there and it sorts everything out for you by cost, time you want to fly and where you're wanting to fly to. But now, we're all in need of a good holiday, which is true. What international destinations and prices can we look forward to this particular season, especially this Black Friday?
Okay, so I'm going to give you some hot tips, but my advice is our pricing is, and the airlines are coming to the party one after another.
Yeah.
So sign up right now. Like when you get off this couch, you are signing up, which I know you have
I've already signed up, so I don't know why you're asking me.
No, I'm just saying it for a friend. Saying it for a friend.
Yeah.
Sign up to Travelstar because we're releasing new deals every second.
Yeah.
But hot tip, 1,000 Rand. of Thailand packages. Boom, drop right there, right.
At this time of the year, you're not going to get that anywhere else.
Nowhere else.
Yeah.
There's going to be exclusive deals, but I must say that's probably the exclusives, the brilliant deals, the ridiculously discounted fares are going to be after the festive season because seats are a bit limited.
Yes.
But any international flight you put in,
Yeah.
we're going to you're searching for,
Yeah.
we'll add that promo code for you. Once again, boom, it goes down.
This
so
is fantastic.
Everywhere, anywhere, and just be flexible because then you can get the most out of your travels.
Speaking of getting the most out of your travels, how can we get the most out of TravelStart's Black Friday sales? What can we be doing?
Okay, so my hot tip on this
Yeah.
is that already now, once you get off this couch, I know you've got a few other things to do, but they pale in significance to this one moment.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you're going to choose your top 3 destinations that you want to go to. Just get those in your mind,
Yeah.
because you don't want to waste time
Yeah.
in all the craziness searching for your destination.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to spur the moment. You want to okay, this is where I want to go. I want to go to New York.
Yeah,
I want to
you
go
thought
wherever.
about
London,
it, yeah.
You know, and then you literally you know your budget.
Yeah.
And you've got a level of flexibility about
Yeah.
your dates. So that's my hot tip.
Your
is-
hot tip is that.
Yeah.
But Linda, you know, a lot of people will leave it for the last minute, like me. I'm like MrLastMinute.com, okay?
Yeah.
So, of course, Black Friday is coming up. For
It's
those
coming,
people with last-minute anxiety who might otherwise actually pull out of making any arrangements, what do you have to say to them?
Okay, look, I'm going to say never pull out of travel because
Never pull out of travel.
never pull out of a holiday.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a caption for my next post. As you take off,
never pull out of
hashtag
travel.
never pull out of travel. Yeah.
And so, you know, there's multiple ways. We've actually, for the first time, TravelStart has launched a buses platform. So if that can get you there, bring it on. Black Friday deals. Second option is, oh my gosh, I totally need to mention this.
Yeah.
Okay, so firstly, you're going to add all your promo codes.
Yeah.
But this is the big thing.
Yeah.
Get yourself a good deal on domestic.
Yeah.
Drop the prices will drop with the promo code.
Yeah.
Then you're going to hire yourself a car. Epic, an Avis car.
Yeah.
Because the minute you book an Avis over Black Friday, you actually get 400 Rand of TravelStart vouchers to use down the line. I know that was for me, free of charge. And so then you can get out the main city centre.
Yeah.
Get into some local guest houses.
Yeah.
Apply another promo code and get a discount on your guest houses.
So you're basically paying for our entire holiday.
I pretty much am. I feel like a little bit of a Mother Teresa at times.
So generous.
So, yeah.
Wow, Linda, this is incredible. Thank you. You and I need to chat some more about those lastminute.com things that I needed to be taken advantage of come Friday.
Yeah.
But the Black Friday deals are on courtesy of TravelStart. You need to make sure that you take advantage of them. So don't miss out on really the cheapest flight offers. They really are bringing you all of your favorite destinations in one. These sweet deals, they're not going to be around for long. We know that. So make sure that you book that getaway this Black Friday. TravelStart.co.za. Also, while you're at it, be sure to download the Flap app because that's
Flap
going
app.
to change your life.
Check out the packages, look at the car rentals, Avis, 400 Rand worth of vouchers. It's so good. Take me on holiday.
And hashtag never pull out of a holiday.
We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstar.co.za.
I don't know why I want to sing this, but I'm going to sing it. My milkshake brings all more boys to the yard, but absolutely we brought Mark Lottering to the yard. Now we're going to treat the fam this summer to delicious 5 Roses peach and apricot milkshakes. Yes, we are doing that. Now we've taken inspiration from one of Expresso's biggest fans. I'm sure she's watching right now, and that is Josephine Pickstone. She was in studio already, and she shared this amazing recipe with us on all our social media pages. So we're going to get to this. Do you like tea?
I do like tea. I'm still at milkshake bringing to the yard. Why am I in the yard? Why can't I come through the front of the house?
This is our yard.
The yard.
And it has brought you here.
To the yard. Okay,
Yeah, this is
okay,
yes.
okay.
It's not exactly
okay, I
yard,
accept
verstaan
it.
you know.
The yard party.
And I'm going to get to this. I'm going to laugh the entire way. But no, listen.
We'll
we need
get
to
through
into
it.
the business, okay?
Yes.
So Josephine Pickstone is like, she is the biggest fan. So she gave us this recipe. So don't mess it up because she will come for you on social media, my friend.
No pressure.
No, listen. So we're going to start off with 4 tea bags into the hot water.
Into the hot water. Would you like to do that for us, please?
I can do that. 4 tea bags, Josephine said.
Only 4.
Yeah.
Anything less or anything more?
4 bags.
4, Josephine.
That'll be the first time I've dealt with 4 bags. I can put this in.
Ekani. So you're just You're gonna let that soon.
Just leave it.
It's gonna simmer and it's gonna be like a and then eventually it's gonna look something like so.
Okay, so it looks like this afterwards.
Okay. Yes, and then obviously it's gonna be cool down. You're gonna take that all out and it's gonna look something like this. And then
Cooling down on its own, not in the fridge, just...
Leave it as it.
No, because you know how Josephine can get. I don't want to upset her, so you just leave
Do you
it.
also know Josephine?
Everybody does.
We all know it, Josephine.
We all know Josephine.
No, I'm joking. You can put it in the fridge, just make it nice and cold, and then of course the next step is going to put in 4 ice cream scoops.
Okay.
Ice cream in tea. Now, this is not biblical. I've never read this in the Bible. I've not been reared like this. But anyway, Josephine does this.
You're trying new things.
Yeah. Has your mother ever told you, put the ice cream in the tea? No.
Firstly, why am I putting the tea in the
Nobody's
fridge?
mother has ever said put ice cream in tea.
Yeah,
so I'm doing this now.
All 4 scoops,
Oh,
Jamie.
wow.
Nothing goes to waste. Okay.
Nothing goes to waste. There we go. So you put it in.
This tea does it come in just peach and apricot?
Listen, you know what I love about this tea is that it's infused with flavors, amazing flavors, and it is caffeine-free. So I mean, you're gonna be feeling lekker, but there's a lot of other flavors. So you can try with whatever you want at home. There's ruby orange, passion pineapple, peach and apricot, and mixed berries. So like, we were just being exotic with the.
I love how it smells.
You like it?
You said flavors first and you covered up and then you said flavors afterwards, but you were very good. You went so fast and it was very smooth.
Okay, is my mond praat nie so lekker nog. Hey man, staan jy? Die retreat action is nog altyd daar. Okay,
listen, you can use this one.
Yeah.
Can I? Oh,
For
okay.
convenience.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
and of course I know you want to make this at home, so all you have to do is SMS 5 roses to 33728. Now clit it. Shake it. Now this is where you gotta bring your milkshake to the yard, man. Shaky. Hey, shaky. Shake it.
So, Chum, after this process, what's the deal?
Then we are going to put it in over there to these glasses.
Does the ice cream need to completely disappear?
Okay, listen. Yes, it does. So while we shake it up, and I'm sure people at home...
This wasn't in the email that I needed to do this. I was just supposed to come and talk about my show on Jamal. It's a girl on at the Baxter now through web tickets. But anyway, we're not going to do that now.
I saw what you did there. But
just
listen,
slide it in.
Stop asking me whether I wrote all the music to the show. Yes, I did, but it's not the time now to talk about that. We're making Josephine's tea.
Yes, it's absolutely not the time, because it's time now to just take a quick recap of how we're making all of this, okay? So let's do a quick recap.
New 5 Roses fruit infusions are bursting with juicy, fruity flavor that can be enjoyed hot or cold, and it's naturally caffeine-free. Because nobody makes better tea than you and 5 Roses.
I don't even know what that is right now. Listen, Josephine,
what does it look like?
You're
tired.
But it's time for you to pour it in, guys. It is time for you to pour
So
it
I guess I'm doing that as well. The two of you must be so exhausted. You've done so much this morning.
You have how we
Oh, my word.
pouring
Okay.
this milkshake
Can I put... Okay, can you hold that at least? Or is
Okay,
it not in your
do that.
contract? Okay. Wait, let me put that.
Listen, this is definitely one way to stay chilled this summer. And now remember to SMS the keyword 5 Roses to 33728 to get the recipe. Pour it in.
Can I pour and smile? I've always wanted to do this on my vision board. Pour and smile. The camera must get me.
Yes, pour and smile.
And wave at the same time.
And wave. Do a royal wave to the people to retreat. Listen, can you actually taste it, please? Can we just taste it? Because I feel like we can garnish it later.
I'm seeing
you can
whipped
taste
cream, mint.
Oh, are we not doing any of that?
No, I feel like you
I'm not going to lie.
Is it good?
It's delicious.
That's the right thing to say
No,
on
100%.
TV.
100%. You did the right thing. This is all you. And I'm sure Josephine is so proud of you.
She is definitely.
Thank you.
Listen, while she's probably going to get onto the social media, we're going to take a quick break. And Auntie Mo will be back after the break. We'll see you after this.
New 5 Roses fruit infusions are bursting with juicy, fruity flavor that can be enjoyed hot or cold, and it's naturally caffeine-free. Because nobody makes better tea than you and 5 Roses.
There's nothing smoother than winning when you buy Tropica. Buy any size and your favorite flavor of Tropica in fresh or long life. Find the unique code behind the label or the sticker. Then follow the entry details on the pack and you could win daily prizes of airtime, cash, LG Q60 smartphones, 55-inch LG UHD smart artificial intelligence digital TVs, steam dishwashers, Caribbean tan hampers, or guest watches. That's more than 100,000 prizes.
Tropica, nothing smoother.
Ik versta niet. Or we went at the end in vibes. Okay, nee, is fijn. I was curious to song is verder.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you lovely people. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso live on SABC3. You've given
That was
my
the wrong
girls a
key.
bit of a hard time.
Feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, there we go. You've been practicing 5 weeks of rehearsal. Listen to those pipes. Mark Luttering, the people are absolutely thrilled to know that Auntie Mel is coming back. There's a twist to it, and the questions have been flowing in on Facebook. Robert Oosthuizen says, when is it going to become a movie or something like that, I suppose? It's about time someone took Auntie Mel to the silver screen, Mark.
This is
What's
what
your
Robert
answer?
Oosthuizen posted.
Yeah.
Does he not have a job? Why are you at home at this time posting? But, okay.
He wants a movie.
We'll pray. Look, of course, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
And I would like to say that I've not been thinking about it more and more because, you know, several clever people like Robert have raise that question.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because that's obviously all about budget, and but it's certainly I would not say that would never ever happen.
Okay.
I have been thinking about that. Yeah.
Magdalene Leroux says, Morning Expresso and guest artists. Wow, Auntie Merle looks stunning. I mean, looking at that picture, do you see that? But then she asks, how easy is it to go into character and come out of character? How do you manage to keep the show alive for your audience, seeing this show run, or has been running for quite some time, I suppose?
I think you know, even now with the new show, we opened on Friday, and the rest of the actors, we always talk about every audience that comes in. They make it a brand new experience because every audience is different. But the way people have been responding every night, even though you're telling the same story every night, energy is real.
Yes.
And when people feed you and give you so much love and give you so much feedback while you're on stage, it just, you know, it makes every evening magical. And that sounds like a cliche, but that's true, and especially for comedy, you know, when people dance along with you, I always see it, you know, as a whole dance between you and the audience.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of love, so that keeps the story real.
You get a lot of love, but that's because you and your team give a lot of love. Because you know what? After you see this performance, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Julian and Rushni alongside Trevino on the keys. This one is called It Is What It Is, one of the songs you can expect out of the show coming out on Friday.
It is what it is, and what it is that you have my love. Don't wanna lose you. Please tell me, am I enough? I'm right by your side, where I want to be. So look in my eyes and say you
Was I to know it would come to this? This could change what we have. What we have is much more than this moment has brought to our door.
I'm right by your side, where I want to be. So look in my eyes and say you won't leave. It is what it is, and what it is love. I'm right by your side, where I want to be. So look in my eyes and say you won't leave. It is what it is.
It is what it is,
And what it is
Yes. And that is why you give them all the love you do when you see them on stage. The show is out. Mark, congratulations. Well done.
Thank
the
you.
29th of November. That's this Friday. Baxter Theatre web tickets. You can get the tickets. You can also enter. Win to 33728. It's been wonderful, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
Happy
you.
Tuesday. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.